name?
Did you hear the one about the priest and SJW in the bar with the clown and the? Never mind. Someone left.
Someone left.
Yeah, that I did. When I hit my button on my phone too hard, it pulls up that stupid the
menu.
What's it called? No, the Siri. And if it does, it cuts out all communications from that are
right, because it intercepts the audio and all that.
Yeah, and then you can't get it.
Yeah,
you can't get it back. Like if I try to go back into Discord, I have to like leave and then come back in order to even get the sound to work again.
I wonder if there's a setting for that. There might be, but maybe not with Siri because that's like built in. This is why I hate iPhones.
Rambo loves them, just like the Switch is his favorite console.
It's not wrong. I mean,
what was that? I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
I said you love iPhones, and the Switch is your favorite console.
What was that? I'm really having a hard time understanding you.
You son of a bitch.
Ooh, I'm gonna buy my wife these Sony PlayStation controller action buttons, shorty pajamas for women.
That sounds like that could be healthy.
Yeah, be like, babe, I like playing games, and I love the PlayStation controller. Now I'm gonna make you jump. You're gonna crouch.
What's up, Skilled? All right.
Well, I guess I'll finish like what I was saying, but Matt Damon, did you see that he was trending?
Yeah, I thought he died.
No, I thought it was something wrong, or he was like in part of the sexual list of people or whatever. But he's actually being lambasted by the leftist media and actually misquoted several times in the fucking art. Like not really in the article, but all these headlines are misquoting like what his intention was and what he was actually saying. He basically is being wronged and shamed for saying that we have to look at every individual case of these sexual deviancy, whether it be a slap on the butt or rape or child rape, differently. They're not all the same. He said to conflate them all the same actually takes away the severity of the things. And he's like, for instance, he said Harvey Weinstein slapping an actress on the ass is not the same as Kevin Spacey forcing himself on a 13-year-old kid. He said, just not the same. They're both bad, but there are different levels of. It's a spectrum. There are different levels of bad.
They love those spectrums, but for some reason,
yeah, they were like, oh my God, he just said that it's okay to slap somebody on the ass.
No,
we didn't. No, we didn't. He simply said that look, you can't say that slapping somebody on the ass is the same thing as rape.
I know, right? I love it when Milo goes off about that.
How do you really have a problem with
the ass
this?
in the bar turn into sexual harassment and not the girl just slaps the guy and says, "Get the fuck away from me," right?
Yeah, he said, how do you get to the point of where you cannot differentiate between a slap on the ass and actually holding a woman down and penetrating her? Like, how does them two become the same?
Same way slavery becomes the same as Nazi Germany.
Yeah, it just blows my mind that how the conflation is really what's hurting their narrative.
Oh yeah.
Because I would be all on board with saying, look, we need to combat rape. We need to combat unwanted slaps on the ass, but we need to do it in different ways. And
yeah, we don't need a SWAT team at every bar in case some guy slaps a girl's ass.
I'd be all over their cause and I'd be 100% right there next to them. But to act like that, if I'm at a bar and I see somebody slapping somebody's ass that's unwanted, that I should physically assault him, hold him down, beat it, like jam a bear bottle up his ass, and what I would do if I saw him actually holding her down in the restroom and raping her. It blows my mind. I can't get behind that narrative because you're taking away, like the woman that's actually being raped, you're actually diminishing what she actually went through. And I'm sorry, but I have more empathy for the girl that's being raped than the girl that got her fucking ass slapped.
Preach.
Pretty sure Rambo just supported the idea of rape.
In today's world, yes, that's exactly what I said. That's exactly what I said right there.
Not wrong.
It is so mind-boggling where we're at in life, and it's just it's so. I really don't know. I really don't know where to go from here. I don't know how we've gotten to where we're at. I don't know. It's so disheartening.
Soon, looking at a girl will be considered rape.
Wow.
They already started that.
Oh yeah, they've already actually said that unwanted looks are rape. They actually want to prosecute that in the UK.
Yep.
And I'm like, what do you want men to walk around with their fucking head down until you decide to like say, look, you can look up now, bitch.
You may look. Fuck.
Like
Steam purged of Pepe emoticons after creator files copyright claim.
Yeah, he said he was going to do that.
God. Oh, this is going to end well.
It's not going to end well because it's definitely not going to end well for him.
Oh,
like,
fuck no, yeah.
Anything else he creates, much like that. What's it called? That game that what's his name? That what the hell is that thing? The oh shit.
Wasn't the Trump flying?
No, the
Trump
developer. The game developer that made Firewatch, Campo Santo.
Oh, yeah.
I guarantee you, his game is not gonna do well. Like he just created that game, the new game, and I guarantee you, after what he did to PewDiePie and shit like that, it's not gonna do as well as what it should have or could have. Because I won't buy it. I won't touch a single game of theirs. And I would have if he had been different, but if he had handled that differently, but now that he handled it like that, won't touch it.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
Obsidian confirmed the game published by Take-Two will not have microtransactions or loot boxes. Interesting.
Well, I'll believe that whenever I see it.
Yeah, right? I was thinking, like, I really even care, but...
Well, yeah, I don't care if it does or not, but I believe it. Like, whenever they come out and say that they won't, it seems like
that's exactly what they were planning to do.
Yeah, like,
right?
you had full intention of doing it, but... Like,
why would you be mentioning it if you weren't... Yeah.
It's almost like those guys that get, that know they're about to be, like, lambasted for sexual assault, and they come out and, like, try to apologize and control the narrative. I'm like, yeah, we know that you're guilty. You're just trying your best to get out in front of it.
You mean pulling a spacey?
yeah, like. I guess there's a lot of gaming stuff going on, or that's gone on since Wednesday. PUBG. I love how people can't seem to understand how these numbers work, but PUBG has actually had 1 million players on the Xbox One in 48 hours.
Concurrent or
no, just 1 million players.
Okay.
They never said anything about concurrent or unique players or anything like that. Just 1 million players.
So just over 2 days, they counted 1 million.
1 million people were in the game eventually, like, and so
and it could have even been the same person on multiple days or whatever, right? Okay.
And so, what now the narrative is that PUBG has sold 1 million copies.
Right.
And I'm like,
here we go.
1 million concurrent players. Yeah, don't think so, dude.
I was like, there's a big difference in saying 1 million players in 48 hours than 1 million concurrent players.
Yep.
1 million unique IDs.
Yep.
There's so many different languages, and 1 million players is basically, it could be.
This is how many logins we counted.
Yeah, it could have been the same guy logging in 1 million times, and that still would have counted as 1 million players. And obviously, it's not like that. That low, but
sure.
Yeah, and I said plus that's like you have to consider that Microsoft gave out like 1,700 fucking copies of this game. I mean, because they not only did they give all these streamers their own copy, but they also gave them all 100 copies to give away.
Holy shit.
And then they, obviously the people that game share and stuff like that
Right,
are also included in that. But I mean, it's still good numbers. But I mean, I hate when people try to take something like that and
inflate
flip
it.
the fucking narrative. Like,
Yep.
dude, just celebrate what it is. Like that. That's actually a good thing. There's no reason to create it into something that it's not.
Yeah, seriously, it
makes,
doesn't matter if it's not concurrent. 1 million
Yeah.
people over 2 days, that's a shitload of people. So how about just be thankful about that?
Just be happy. Yeah, I don't understand like why people have to try to make something out of it that it's not. It just and NPD numbers came out. NPD information came out, and again, I like we talked about it on here all the time. I only like them because it really shows trends in the industry. If something's changing, if something's becoming more popular, just how healthy the gaming industry is. That's what I look at the numbers for. However, I cannot say that I do not take pleasure or amusement out of watching all these people flip the script, whether it be a PlayStation guy or an Xbox guy
Right,
that
yeah.
made all these big boasts about the month, and then all of a sudden, whenever the numbers don't turn out in their favor, they start trying to figure out a different way to turn the numbers, like turn something positive out of that negative. It's very, very amusing and entertaining to watch. And so when the numbers came out, I never saw them. Somebody sent me the link or not the link, but the screenshot of
Oh, wow.
the tweet, and it said PlayStation 4 was the highest selling console for November, and Microsoft was the Xbox was actually had the highest amount of money spent for the month of November. And somebody tweeted at me that said, well, I mean, I know it says PlayStation 4 won, but since people spent more money on the Xbox, buying the Xbox, I really consider that a 50-50. And I'm like, dude, the Xbox One X $500, the PlayStation
Yeah, I was
was
gonna say,
$199.
they just released a brand new expensive or more expensive console.
I
And
was
you're
like, yeah,
surprised that people spent more money on that brand. Like, duh.
it was like obviously there's going to be more money spent on the Xbox
Yeah,
because
if
if people were buying. Yeah, I was like,
If the PS5 had come out and it was $800, it would have been PS5 that spent the
Yeah.
most. And
It's
you'd be
just-
saying, oh well, but they just yeah, come on.
and then somebody tried to turn revenue, like saying, if I was a company, I'd rather have the highest revenue for the month than the highest sales. And I'm like, you do realize that revenue is not what's important to the company, but profit is. It was like revenue is just simply money spent. Like as
Which could equal more profit,
Oh,
but
no,
only
wait,
if you
wait,
know
no. Phil
what
Spencer
the
has
actual.
Phil Spencer has actually been on record saying that they are making $0 on the Xbox One X.
Ah,
And I'm like, so all that revenue is
well, no, but
for nothing.
well, no, not all of it, because that's a lot of that's going to be games and.
Well, yeah, but
peripherals.
I mean,
Yeah.
no, this was about the console side.
Oh, this was just
the
the
console
actual consoles.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And so I was like, dude, do you even hear yourself? Like, you're trying to make something out of it that it's not. I was like, I know that you were really like pushing for an Xbox win here, but just accept it. Like, it's okay. Like, it doesn't, like, are you going to turn on your Xbox tonight and after seeing those numbers and go, God, this fucking console sucks, and I'm trading it in for a
Bro.
fucking PlayStation? Like, how does it really hurt you like that much to not win the NPDs? Like, I don't know. I got on my Xbox that night, and I didn't feel any differently about it.
He's all, this console still sucks, and I bought like 30 of them.
Yeah, and they still didn't win the fucking MPDs, and it still sucks. And I bought 25 of them that month. Like,
The new Steam client update finally has shader pre-caching built in for any OpenGL or Vulkan-based game and supported hardware.
That's cool.
it's just
That's fucking
it's just
awesome.
so funny to me that people get so wrapped up in these like the console sales. Like, it's almost like they are a long-term investor in their like, it's almost like they're Goldman Sachs trying to figure out like if it's worth investing into Microsoft in the future by looking at these numbers. I'm like,
I mean, okay, fair enough. I could see you wanting to pick the platform that has the higher chance of becoming the quote unquote, bigger or more popular, because usually that means more third-party games and more third-party devices, and
That's another reason why the MPDs are actually an interesting thing, is because by seeing where more of the support or more of the customers are going, is you'll be able to determine where more of the third-party developers will be partnering with. And right now that's PlayStation, and you're always I'm looking at them actually from an Xbox point of view. Not a PlayStation. I'm looking at them like saying, is Xbox going to be able to win back any of the third-party support to where they can really market their console based on a big third-party game? And I'm not seeing the overwhelming support from the community that, like, as far as like buying stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just so. What's crazy though, Brim, is that, and I forgot who Cyrus. Yeah, I don't know if he's in here yet or not, but Cyrus actually got involved in the conversation because Colt Eastwood, I made a joke to him because he tweeted out back in Shadow of War after Digital Foundry said the PS4 Pro had soupy textures.
Uh-huh.
Well, I made a joke about it, sending him a copy of his screenshot of his tweet, asking when we can expect his tweet about the soupy textures in PUBG, and joking around. Obviously, I'd always give him a hard time. I try to be cordial with him, but I'm getting to the point now to where I just say fuck him because of like how he acts.
Mm-hmm.
But so much hate and stuff from his followers talking about it's soupy all the time on the Pro. I'm like, it's a fucking joke, dude. Just relax. It's just a fucking joke, dude. I mean, but Colt Eastwood came in and was like, these anti-Xbox gamers, and I'm like, dude. I looked at his gamer score and I looked at mine. I was like, I almost have like as much as you. I'm like 15,000 away from his. And I was like, I've been on the Xbox for 3 years and you've been on it for 8. How the fuck am I an anti-Xbox gamer? What does that make you? Like if I'm anti-Xbox and I can almost beat you in 3 years, I was like, there's got to be something said about you. And speaking of that,
Colt is an idiot, Rokon.
Oh, he definitely is.
But we've already discussed that at length, so
Yeah.
Don't want to go over old material.
I actually found it interesting though. I remember I told you the 15-year celebration, right? Whenever people were posting their gamer score with the 15 at the bottom, like how many. You know how if you look at your profile on the PC,
Mm-hmm.
it has that number in a circle of how long you've been an Xbox Live customer.
Yeah.
And people were posting their screenshots or whatever of their thing, and it showed their gamer score, and it showed 15 years. And I found it interesting that I actually, and Shane did too, we actually achieved more gamer score this year alone than some people have in 15 years of playing on the Xbox platform. Now, mind you, I did mine in 81 hours. So in 81 hours, I have actually more gamer score than some people have in 15 years of gaming. I don't know how the hell that's possible. I get if you're just a multiplayer gamer, but you should at least. I mean, hell, you are a multiplayer gamer. You even are kind of almost centric in your game picks, like where you will stay on a certain game for a while.
Yeah.
And you actually have more gamer score than what I scored this year. And to think over the course of 15 years, that even if you were just a multiplayer-only gamer, you would at least achieve, I would think, more than the 9,000 gamer score.
That's not even every Call of Duty, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
So,
I mean,
did he buy 3 and then just play those 3, like Black Ops 2, and that was it?
I played. You know what's funny is I've bounced. You can ask Shane. Like I bounced all over these Call of Duties like throughout the entire
you did.
year.
I know. You did that one night in the damn podcast.
Yeah, that's just how I am. That's how I game. Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's why I said that on Twitter today. I'm like, what's funny is like I don't even have that big of a gamer score. Like I don't really think what I have is at all big, but it's bigger than those out there that claim to be these hardcore fucking fanatics, dude.
Exactly. That's who I'm like going after. The ones that are actually out there like screaming and hollering about the damn Xbox and how all these fighting the corporate fight. And then here it is, like the person that they consider like more anti-Xbox and more PlayStation pony, and I actually beat their whole entire fucking gamer score in 15 years and 81 fucking hours of playing. I'm like, how does that even compute with you? If it just blows my mind. Like, how about you talk less on Twitter and actually support the brand you're so diehard for? It blows my mind. These people. I think, like I told the people on Titanfall's podcast today, I think the year and a half or 2 years on Twitter that I've been has actually made me kind of embarrassed to call myself a gamer publicly, because I'm now associating myself with the idiocy that is known as gaming Twitter. Like the Hagen dog? Yeah. There's more dumb people. I never realized.
A good case there, Shane.
I never realized that there's been this many dumb gamers out there. And like what Titanfall said, they're really not gamers. They're just like people that are on Twitter talking shit. But they call themselves gamers, so therefore that's how I'm lumping them in. But
well, look at the supposed PC Master Race guys.
Oh, I
see them.
Yeah.
I see them doing the typical let's go talk shit to other YouTubers. But when you go to their Steam profile, they barely got maybe 1 or 2 games that are over 100 hours.
Yeah, I've seen some of these PC Master Race guys, and you know me, I only played on the PC for 8 months total, but I actually have more hours played on the PC than what they have, and that's their fucking only platform. And I'm just like, how do y'all do this? Like, y'all are just dumb. Like, quit. Like, if it's so great, you wouldn't have to like reassure everybody that it's so great every fucking day.
I know, right?
It just like, do you see McDonald's going around like at Burger King and like
wait a second,
and screaming?
I mean,
we do have a Wendy's.
Their Twitters have been throwing shade at each other now.
Not their Twitters. That's just jokes. I'm saying I'm saying being legit, like really
making commercials,
making commercials, slamming the competition, and like talking about how like all this shit. I mean, no, they make a commercial of their product and let the product speak for itself. It's just I don't know. I mean,
hey Titanfall, what's up, girly girl?
Yeah, I was listening to Titanfall's podcast before this one, and she was right. Like, a lot of these Xbox people, that they don't play their shit. I actually commented, but the chat was going so fast. I don't think you guys saw. I got more shit this year than Rambo did, although I played a lot longer than he did. I mean, but still, I mean, which is more than almost. I'm willing to bet 99% of these Xbox guys on Twitter. I got more than what they got this year.
I was in the top. You were too, in the top 1% of all Xbox gamers in Gamerscore. How?
I don't know.
I mean, that is my.
Well, wait a second.
But wait a minute.
You have
wait
a
a
lot
minute.
more time.
In 81 hours. 81 hours that like 2 weeks worth of time spent on the Xbox. 2 weeks worth of I guess full-time work spent on the Xbox in an entire year. And that's my secondary platform, and I have actually in the top 1% of Gamerscore out of all these people that only own Xbox. It's just how? Like that I would be.
And buying games is not an excuse, because if you just played the free games, you'd have more than me or fucking Rambo does. So
exactly. It just kind of it's so depressing. And then I talked to the very end about
Jesus, Cyrus. Come on, man, get up to date, bruh. We go
I
with
do,
like Blender and shit these days.
I did speak a little at the very end about a Titanfall's podcast about there was a guy that he's actually a PlayStation guy, and I want to actually quote his tweet verbatim, because it's so reminiscent about these young kids. Remember the old days. No trophies, and no one bragged what they accomplished in a game because it's kept gaming. But these days, certain individuals feel a need to say, "Hey, I just beat this game. That's however many for this year. So, what are you expecting? A reward of some kind now?" Now, this is a PlayStation game. Now, he says, "Remember the old days." Well, he's apparently like PlayStation 2 was his first console or something. or first introduction into gaming, because the old days were Atari, where they sent you shit to your house for achieving certain shit in a game, and then the arcades where you would lay down quarters and spend hours on a game to get that high score.
Mm-hmm.
You're damn right, and they can't take it away from me either.
Yeah, and whenever PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 and all Nintendo consoles, but whenever they were around, that was like the brief time without any sort of achievements or trophies. But like the introduction to achievements and trophies aren't any sort of new thing. They're actually an old thing. It's like that's our version of high score now. And like he said, you weren't really a real gamer if you cared about your trophy level. And I'm like, no, like, you dumbass. Like, we set goals for ourselves. Like, I want to get to a 50,000 gamer score by the end of the year. I want to get to 100 platinums by the end of the year. Like that type of thing. You set these goals, and it's not like that you are any less of a gamer because you set yourself a goal. Like, you can do different things. It's almost like there's so many people that get like kind of perfect their hobby, and then so they start creating more challenges for themselves to reinvigorate themselves in that hobby. I'm just reminded daily why I hate people.
Yeah.
Are you still sick, Brim?
Yeah.
I was wondering because you seem like you're not, like, your laughs are just kind of like,
Yeah, I'm
like,
just tired.
You
Him
seem
and
like
Metro
you're so
both sound
kinda
like
out of
Batman. I'm just waiting for him to go, where are they?
it. Have you not gone to the doctor yet?
No, I took Val. Was that today? No, that was yesterday.
No, it was yesterday.
See, yeah.
Swear to me.
We took her in. She got her Z packs, so she's gonna be popping Z packs, and she should be good fast. I'm getting over it still. Like, I'm actually doing a lot better than I was. It's just I'm tired. I'm like actually like I'm coming into the like where every day is a drain day. You know what I mean? Because your body's trying to recoup. So
Yeah.
and I've been up.
Hopefully,
I guess fair enough, Rokon. Let me know
Hopefully
whenever
you get
James
better.
posts some of his on there so he can call himself a real gamer.
I'm hoping that y'all get better, because I mean, y'all are kind of like a death camp over there. All of y'all sick at one time. Like, y'all are just trying your best. Like, it'd really suck if all of y'all had a different fucking cold, because y'all be sick for eternity. Y'all, as soon as one person gets over, they start catching the next person's
man, that
cold,
just
and the
means
next
our
person. And
that just means our immunity is gonna be that much better, bro. Don't you know?
Bro,
Yeah, but if
2018, he's
y'all-
not going to get sick at all.
if y'all survive it, that's the problem.
Right.
If he dies, he dies.
Brim don't like doctors.
Oh, I fully understand that.
They annoy
They're
me to
fucking
pieces.
retards.
Yeah.
I hate doctors with a passion, man.
So I got a half hour worth of PUBG footage recorded on the Xbox, and I'm
How'd
gonna
you
Hey, you're a real gamer.
So they must have patched it a lot because it's actually running a lot better than what everybody else was saying it was.
Well, it does
They might
run
have, I don't-
better than what people say it does. It's not like the visuals on it are like, it is what it is. It's a fun game, but when like you go into a house, and because I've played the PC version on a really good machine, it's the only reason why it affects me. But when you go into a house, you basically have to walk over most of the items for them to appear on the ground. And when you go to pick them up, like it says press X to equip or whatever, and you're like button mashing X so the dude picks it up.
Yeah,
At least that was my experience.
Yep. And did you ever get the texture pop-ins? Like when you got to a building, like the building changed like its form like 10 times before it became a building?
When I'm parachuting in, yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna
well, I
say
mean-
parachuting in. I did.
See, I went in the first night, like I would run right next to a building, and while I'm standing next to the building, like waiting for trying to figure out where the door is gonna be, like the building would like it was almost like a transformer. It was like I'm waiting for it to get to its final form. Like I'm just because it keeps changing and changing and changing. I'm like going, okay, once I start figuring out where the door is gonna be, I can at least start running to that direction. But I haven't played it. I played it a little bit the second day, and it was still a shit mess, and I haven't played it since. So apparently it sounds like they've gotten it better. Because y'all are playing on the base Xbox One, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then it sounds like they've actually gotten it better, which is good to know. Because man, it was that first night. I mean, it was fun, but it was rough because you'd run and you couldn't run through something, but it wouldn't be there. So you didn't even know what the hell you were. Like you thought you were just running into the edge of the map, but you really weren't. And all of a sudden, like a building would just be there. Like, damn, there's a building. Like, oh, okay, well that makes sense why he couldn't run through. And then I saw one person that apparently had walked into a building before it completely materialized.
Yeah.
And he was stuck in the fucking wall because it formed around him.
Transformer ate his ass.
Yeah, I was like, God, man, this is like.
No,
I mean, hey,
there is a shit ton of input delay.
I've fallen through the floor in some Warframe games, and shit like that, so I could kind of forgive some of that. But, yeah.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's not that I think that the biggest complaint is not that I couldn't even look past the way the game runs. I mean, I fully understand the way the game runs, and that it being an early access, it has really nothing to do with the game, but really so much the other people associated with the game, because Xbox, like I said, was
Microsoft.
Well, Microsoft and PlayerUnknown himself, because Microsoft was tweeting it out since they got the deal and marketing it like it was the second coming of Jesus. And PlayerUnknown, you cannot go from making a tweet that says, hey, look, the game's running at 60, 30 to 45 on the S. And then, okay, guys, we're going to lock it at 30 until we get everything worked out to where we can make sure everybody's running on the same same playing field. And then you get the game and it runs at 4 frames per second, and like it never actually even hits 30. Like that to me is like the problem I have. Like the game itself, like if I would have played it if they would never have marketed or PlayerUnknown ever had said what he said, and I bought the game and played it, wouldn't complain about it at all, because it would be just like an early access game. Okay, I understand what I'm getting. It's just the way that it was handled to me. It was handled almost like it was a AAA finished title, and then PlayerUnknown making those statements, and then obviously those statements were a lie, because if you have it hitting 60, there's no way locking it at 30 and it would drop below 30. So
I don't think they accounted for all the network lag and shit like that.
No, it doesn't look like they did either, because you can tell when videos pop up like who had a really bad connection and who had a good connection, because a bad connection, the buildings just look like a big blob of mud, like that's all they look like the whole time, and people just walk through the walls and everything else because they're just kind of like some deformed, retarded building. But then other people post things and they're, the buildings are full-fledged and everything looks good, but I don't think they really fully anticipated everything.
Like it definitely needs work.
Yeah.
Another thing was like, I'll talk more about this in my video on it, but have you noticed, Brim, it is a lot harder to find any type of gun in the Xbox version?
Mm-hmm. Picked up a machete today and I whacked the dude like 10 times with it. He shot me 3 times with a shotty.
Yeah, it's hard to find a gun.
Well,
and
I haven't had a problem finding a gun. I'm actually having more of a problem trying to pick which gun I want. Like every building I go in, there's about 12 guns in.
On the X or the S?
The X. That's what I've been playing on, because I couldn't, after playing that one time on the S, I could never go back to that.
See, because I don't think it's that they're not there. It's just like I was saying, you basically...
Oh, they're just not popping up.
Yeah, you got to walk over the item to see it. I mean...
Now, I am having a lot of problems, like where you're face-to-face with somebody, like, and we're both shooting each other, and like usually a shotgun in this game will put somebody down, at least on their knees to where they're crawling around, then you have to shoot them again to kill them. Mm-hmm. But I've had a shotgun where I pointed at somebody, hit them, because you can see the blood spatter, like whenever you know that you got the hit marker, And then they shot me with the pistol like 6 times, and they killed me. And I'm like, dude, how does that? But I think it's like, again, like you said, network lag and also input lag as well going in there.
Yeah, interp is a big thing. By the way, UNAT is the other network spec they use now. By the way.
And Cyrus said the game actually is a pretty good game. It actually is quite a bit of fun, but it just it's definitely a work in progress. There's no doubt about that. I just wish they would have actually ported over the current PC version over to the Xbox, because I think it would have ran a lot better.
Oh, hands down, it would have. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and all they would have had to do, I think, is lower a lot of the visual settings.
Yeah.
Which
not even that, bro. Not even that. I'll bet you.
Well, they're only on medium settings on the X and low settings on the S.
But I bet you they didn't work a lot on the. I'd have to see gameplay footage to see.
Well, you'll see it in my video. I have 30 minutes of it recorded.
Well, no. I'd have to see a comparison side by side.
Well,
I saw I might be able to tell you exactly what they did. But yeah, anyway.
It's
because there's tricks, because you can, like, it's really easy to lower the view distance and cut out a lot of shit that needs to be rendered and gain a lot of frames per second, you know, with a few cheap tricks.
I just would, like, if they would have lowered
I can see something like that being helpful if they didn't already do it, and I'd have to see it to know for sure.
If they would have lowered the resolution on the X to 1080p and on the S and base to like 720p, I think the 30 frames per second mark would have been an easy feat, but for some reason, like, they decided 1080p and 4K was the way to go, and this game isn't really a game that needs 4K. It just needs to be able to run smoothly, and that's.
Yeah.
Now legally, I know Brendan. I don't know really actually who owns the IP, whether it's Brendan or Bluehole now.
Well, Bluehole is a player-unknown company.
Yeah, but I don't like. I know they came to him and partnered with him to be their developer and publisher for it, or the developer, I guess, for it, and help him out. But I don't know if he retained like the ownership of the IP, or if it became like a joint thing, like to where they're all together. But I was wondering like how legal it would have been if whenever they partnered with Xbox, considering it seems like they ported over an old copy, like could they not have built PUBG again from like with all the code they use on using Xbox's developers, knowing that they know the Xbox system the best? Because would that have even been legal?
It makes sense. Whether it's legal or not is another story.
Yeah, it does definitely. Because I would think if you would have put like Coalition, like give Coalition the game and say, make this game, they could have actually got that game running at probably 60
make
frames
this
per second.
for Xbox.
Yeah. They could have probably got that game running at 60 frames per second, because
it wouldn't have even been that hard because they're used to Unreal too.
Yeah, and the whole third-person deal with Gears of War.
Sure. That would have been the simplest thing. They would have known exactly what to do.
It just seems like that would have been a better idea than letting Brendan and Bluehole manage the development and Microsoft handle the publishing. Because it's nothing really against Brendan or Bluehole, but they're both really new, and they're only like a PC focused type developer, like whether like Bluehole's only other game as a PC game, and Brendan's only passes with PC. So it seems like whenever you go into consoles, it'd be better to, like, instead of letting that person handle it, give it to a team that actually truly knows that console you're putting it on. We'll have to squad up though, Bremen saying the.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Careful if we drive though. Brem doesn't know what he's doing.
I haven't even I haven't the whole time I played this fucking game. I have not found a fucking car. I found one when it ran me over, but
yeah, I got ran over too.
It's like, what was crazy though is that because of the problems that you're talking about, the lag and shit. Whenever I was playing the game, in my ear, I could hear the car from the longest way away. Like, I could hear it coming. I was laying on the ground, and I was looking around behind me, in front of me, all around me. Never saw the car until it fucking hit me. And I was like, it just like all of a sudden appeared on top of me, and I'm like, okay, well, fuck it. There's the car. I could hear it this whole time. I just could never see it.
Sounded like it was a mile away when it ran you over.
Yes. It was just like, bam, there it is. Like, okay, well, damn, okay. It's an interesting game, and it's a lot of fun, especially because those glitchy games like that, I think, is a lot of fun whenever you're with somebody and you can actually joke around about the glitches that
Laugh
you're getting.
about it, yeah.
I think that's what makes
Fallout 4 co-op would have been great, man.
Yeah, I think that's what makes Bethesda games so fun is because of all the videos posted about all the glitches that you see.
Good storytelling, man.
Yeah, but the Xbox faithful cannot handle if you say anything at all negative about PUBG or critical at all.
Man. It's all they got.
Yeah, they're
not even playing it.
I know, but it's the only thing they can hold up. See, we got PUBG right now.
They're probably thankful it doesn't have trophies or achievements or whatever, because no one can prove that they're not playing it.
Yeah, you look at my friends list, and there was like nobody playing PUBG for the past, I don't know, since it launched. I have yet to see anybody on my friends list playing it.
Well, I'll tell you what, though. Here's the thing, right? Because isn't PUBG one of, if not the most watched games on like Twitch and pretty much everything else right now?
That one and Fortnite are the two popular ones right
now. I mean, even though it's not the most popular game to play, it's people obviously love watching it, and I can see why, because it'd be really fun to follow a reasonably good player, because like you'll get to see all sorts of shit,
Oh, I got to watch.
That might be the big draw of it. Really, is more watching it than playing it. I know it's some, for the average person maybe, or whatever.
I got to watch a streamer that he started out with 99 in the thing, and he got down to I think it was like 19 or 18 alive, and he got kicked from the server.
Wow.
Yeah, and he had like 6 kills too. I was like, oh damn, that.
By the way, Rainbow Six Siege is getting 60 hertz servers today on all platforms.
What happened?
That's gonna be Rainbow Six Siege is gonna go to 60 hertz.
Yep. PC at 9 a.m., PS4 10 a.m., Xbox One 11 a.m. I do believe.
That's actually pretty awesome.
That starts the maintenance schedule. There's a few more breaks after that for each of them, but I think that's so that'll be when the patch is coming. I
might actually buy the year 1, 2, and 3 characters in and maybe start playing it, because it wasn't that game really isn't that much fun. It wasn't really that much fun though playing at 30 frames per second on that one, because that's like really competitive. I saw another guy. He posted a video. They got one of the guys I was watching to win a copy for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching him stream, but then he posted a video today. He's like, Xbox PUBG, like, is this supposed to happen? And all of a sudden, he just dies. Like, nobody around him, nobody shot him, nothing. He just dies.
That's like oh, what was it? The cheaters in Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the original. They just sit there spinning at the spawn and kill everybody like 2 or 3 times and then quit. You're just walking along and out of nowhere you just die and you see the kill cam and it's just this idiot spinning around firing and everybody's just getting killed on those.
Well, whenever he posted, I was like, dude, it's like everybody's got an expiration date. It was just your time to go. Like, that's just all there was to it. Like,
God doth willed it, sir.
Yeah, he's like, God said, you shall be no more.
Grim Fandango is free on Good Old Games right now.
Grim Fandango?
Yep.
I have taken over.
That's actually a fun little game. Do what?
If you'll notice, the hosting has changed.
Oh, I didn't notice, so.
Oh, God. Oh, no, you know what? Since I'm actually I paused it. I don't have to. Let me. Now you're making me interested to see what the hell.
It's the same picture that was up there last
Oh.
time. I'm not gonna
Okay.
put the Santa Claus one there. I don't want to flag it.
Okay. I was just really wondering if you did put the Santa Claus one there.
No, Brim's not feeling well, so we switched.
Yeah, he didn't. He didn't sound like he was feeling good at all. Usually he's a little bit more, a lot more energetic, and even if he is tired, he's still more energetic, and you can tell he just doesn't feel good.
So did you get any of those furries responding to you? Because we were, I said Twitter's ruined now because Fursuit Friday was a trending hashtag.
Nope. Once they started responding, I muted the conversation. I was like, I didn't want to see what it was gonna end up being.
Yeah, I didn't mute it. They just kept saying, "What's the problem?"
I'm no Twitter dummy, man. I've learned I was scared they were gonna start posting pictures, and I was like, I don't want to see that.
I know, right? We've gotten wise to your methods, sir.
Yeah, if they are, if they're furries, cool. But I have no interest in seeing what they do. Have y'all seen that video that says? Well, here I posted that video in our chat, in our Facebook chat, right? That shows the bad buildings and stuff on PUBG.
Oh
I
yeah.
know you posted a video. I can't
Yeah.
remember if it was that one.
Yeah, it was that one. That's how bad that's how it was on the first night. That's what, even on the X, like buildings would look like that, and then all of a sudden become a building. Or like again, like on that video where there's missing walls, like where you could see the people but they couldn't see you because that wall popped up on their screen but not on yours, and it was quite interesting the very first night. But overall, I mean, I don't know, I enjoy it. It's going to be hard to get used to all the different things you got to do in there, because the keyboard controls, there's a lot of buttons to push, but like combining them all into the X button and all these different things makes it like you got to figure. It's going to take a little while to figure out the controls.
Yeah, like the fun factor is probably what's got people hooked right now, and if they don't act fast on that, the glitches are going to take away the fun factor.
Yep. And that's the thing, like, because for a lot of the glitchy games, there's modding, but I believe he's pretty committed to nobody modding his game.
Yeah, I believe so. And plus it's
Yeah,
on console, so I mean.
Well, but yeah. Either way.
I mean, they really wouldn't even need big updates. I'm pretty sure you could fix most of this with like a hot fix.
Yeah. Some people are asking like why they hope that he gets a physical release.
Why?
With an actual disc, but is PUBG actually even that big of a game now with all the updates on PC?
No.
Because I seriously doubt they're going to spend the money to put it on a disc and packaging for around a 5 gigabyte game. That just seems
They got
a lot of money
stickers
wasted.
with their physical digital code or whatever came in the box. Why the fuck
Yeah,
they want a disc?
They'll make some swag or something,
Well,
maybe.
they want a
But-
disc and they want the actual
know.
plastic case because I guess they're physical collectors. But
Bust out
I'm
your
like,
CD
I
burner,
really,
dudes.
it's like I really doubt you're going to see a game this small come out on a disc, because that'd be like putting a phone game on a disc, on a 50 gigabyte Blu-ray drive. I was like, it just doesn't make sense cost wise. I mean, he's got the money definitely, but
Yeah,
doing
you'd be
something
spending
stupid like
more
that-
than you make.
yeah, doing something like that, you're not gonna be having a lot of money for long because you're gonna be spending more than you bring in.
I mean, yeah, that shit doesn't make sense at all. I guess I can understand the case thing for people
Yeah.
that collect games, but at the same time, I don't know. It's
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of surprised it was gonna be you're surprised it was gonna be like a box instead of I thought it was gonna be a case whenever they showed it in the beginning. So whenever I got to it and it was a box, it was like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, I wasn't going to say the case anyway, but I just thought that it would have at least been a plastic case. But I actually wish that we would go digital, like all digital, but they would sell those games like every game like that, because then I could use my Gamers Club Unlocked and get 20% off a digital code.
Oh, just because it comes in the box?
Yep, I got the game for $23 or $23.99 because of the Gamers Club Unlocked, and it was just because it is actually considered a physical item, even though it's a digital code.
Yeah, I think I have that with Amazon, because like when I order physical games for like my son, or I bought one for my neighbor a while ago, like months ago. It gives me some kind of discount, like because my Prime.
Yeah, when you on Prime, and whenever you order a new release or a game that just within 2 weeks of, in the first 2 weeks of its launch, of the game's launch, you'll get 20% off on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
And the good thing about like Gamers Club at Best Buy is that you get 20% off no matter what. So like if, say, Assassin's Creed 4 is still like it would say it went on sale at Best Buy for $9.99, and it was regularly they've been trying to sell it for $59.99, and you go there to pick it up because it's considered a new case or it hasn't been opened. You still get 20% off of the $9.99, even though it's been like released a long time ago.
Damn, so you get it for $8. That's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, you end up saving a lot of money on Best Buy games because of that. The only downside to Best Buy is that they don't really carry every game that's released. So that's why I still have my Amazon Prime for games that I can't find, or not really Amazon Prime. That's why I go to Amazon, for games you can't find at Best Buy. I can still buy off of. Could still buy off of Amazon.
So with net neutrality being the way it is, do you think digital is still the way things are going to go?
I do. I don't really think. I think that there's a lot of. I'm going to call it like scare tactics or overreactions to what net neutrality.
Oh, sure. Well, here's the thing, right? How many giant industries now depend on practically unlimited access to bandwidth, like digital game, digital streaming? I mean, these companies aren't going to, if Comcast and the others try to screw them, there's no way that those companies will just do nothing and allow their services to be throttled. You think Steam's just going to let Comcast say, no, your users only get 100 megs a month, or they got to pay us $100? I mean, fuck no.
No, I mean, I think it'll hurt. I think if anything, like if they start putting throttling and stuff like that on there, I think that you'll see a lot of smaller companies go away. But then you'll see these bigger companies, definitely like PlayStation, Microsoft, and Steam, and all that. They'll definitely
Sony. I mean,
they'll create something, whether it be their own internet service. Or something along those lines in order to combat it. But I'm not even sure we're going to see a big widespread of throttling, because
I don't think we will.
It's not like that before 2000. It's not like Netflix usage wasn't high and gaming wasn't really popular. Downloading and online gaming and stuff wasn't around before 2015. And I know I said that, but I mean, really, we survived without net neutrality and no problems. Not really no problems. There were problems, but not widespread problems. From the beginning of the internet in 1991 all the way to 2015, and we survived it. Like, there was no major things to where we were all like freaking out and going crazy. And it's not like these companies like became extra greedy between 2015 and 2017. They've always been greedy. So I think that we will eventually see changes, but I don't think they're going to be as drastic as what everybody's making it out to be. And I really think that overreacting to it is actually doing the disservice to what it actually is. I think people, definitely have a right to be concerned, but voice those concerns in a logical way. Because overreacting, I think you're misrepresenting the opposite side. I mean, of course, it could turn into, widespread throttling to all these different sites, but in the end, I just don't see companies that have been receiving millions of dollars pissing off their customers that bad because they still want money.
Yeah, I mean, and like Rambo said, we survived from 1991 to 2015 without this shit. I remember watching Netflix when DSL was like the best my area could do, and it worked just fine. I mean, so if they want to throttle me to DSL speeds, I can make it. Now, I know there's a lot of gamers that are like just getting into this whole thing now, and if a YouTube video doesn't load before they can blink, then they're done with life. It might be a little difficult for them.
Well, hey, there's tethering 4G. I mean, you're getting pretty close to decent speeds there. I mean, it's definitely better than DSL.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. There's just, I think that it's definitely something that I'm kind of torn because, like, in a way, it does kind of stifle creativity. Net neutrality does, because it stops like new startups and stuff. It just kind of really stifles the industry from like advancing, because they might want to advance where it might break one of these rules that are in net neutrality, and then therefore so they can't, so they just kind of like leave it alone. Sure, companies can overstep their bounds without net neutrality there, but at the same time, is even though they're in a quote unquote duopoly or a monopoly in your area, they still run the risk of people switching just straight to mobile, and that's a big loss for these companies. And I really don't think that they're going to go to the lengths of what everybody's acting like, where you're like spending an extra $50 a month to go to Twitter. I just don't see that a company becoming that overly greedy, because even though you need it, you'll switch to your mobile carrier before you pay an extra $50 just to go to Twitter, an extra $50 to go to Facebook. I mean, there's just no way that you're going to.
There's not a whole lot of places that don't have some sort of cheapy 4G, unlimited data plan. Yeah,
I mean, there'll be a mass exodus
to or Twitter or whatever, and you'll just say, "Fuck it, I'll use that."
Yeah, there'll be a mass exodus of these companies going to like Cricket and shit like that because of.
You could even game by tethering it. It would work well enough with like a USB tether. If you can do it with your phone, it might even be decent enough to game reasonably well. And I think people they're just gonna switch, and then the companies will be forced to just make the same plans that they would have had to make.
I think. Well, I mean, there will be some, I guess, throttling or stuff like that, but I don't think it'll be as widespread as.
Dude, it'll probably be like. Because this would even benefit everybody, right? You know that you don't stream Netflix. So you can buy a plan. Like the base plan is, $90 a month for 100 megs download and unlimited bandwidth everywhere. But for $70 a month, you can get that same plan, except you don't get access to Netflix. Well, if you don't ever watch Netflix, then why the fuck not?
Yeah.
You save yourself $30. Or Hulu, and if you don't watch Hulu, save yourself $20, whatever it is. That could actually benefit a lot of people, because people who don't care about certain things and say, well, fuck it, I'll just save myself $50 by cutting out these 3 websites. And the people who don't want to do that, they can pay the extra. That would be fine.
And it kind of forces that type of pricing kind of forces the people that actually take advantage of Netflix and shit like that to pay for their usage.
Sure, or you could even do where, if most of what you do is on Netflix, then you can, maybe pay for.
Well, and you could pay for a Netflix plan and not
like a Netflix and the rest of the internet, but none of the other video sites. So you're not going to be going to a whole shitload of video sites everywhere else. It's just going to be Netflix. Same thing.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different ways that this thing can go, and that's the reason why I think that. Like putting that scare tactic out there, like, oh my God, your internet's going to go from what it is now to like $1,000 a month, and I just think that that's doing a disservice to.
Propaganda is what it was. It was an argument that was made intentionally facetious. I
mean, they just need to compromise. Like, I'm not worried so much about the throttling or anything like that. It's data caps.
Yeah,
I better be offered like paying like $20-$25 more for an unlimited plan.
Yeah, no, I mean, like that. I mean, we had data caps before net neutrality ended, or even while net neutrality was in, because like my plan, like we discussed, like my plan actually installed a 1 terabyte data cap before net neutrality was even discussed about being removed.
Yeah.
And they finally realized, I guess, how many people were getting pissed off, and they offered that $50 extra. You get the unlimited, and I think that you're going to see that. I mean, if people do install data caps, they will. I think pay this extra and you'll get an unlimited. And I don't think they'll make it exuberantly high, because again, I mean, they have to worry about mobile internet, because mobile internet is becoming more and more reliable.
I mean, 5G is pretty close to being out, isn't it? And
Yeah.
they say that that's getting up to like 10 or 20 megs a second. So that's damn near a reasonable, like, low price cable plan is.
And so, I mean, they've got to also take into account, these companies have to take into account that the mobile internet is their competitor. And I really don't see them like screwing their customers to the point of like making them where they're not customers anymore. They're going to want to keep the customer, but so they're going to come up with a way to do that.
Well,
and go ahead.
I was going to say, I have two mainstream internet companies in my area. I have CenturyLink and Suddenlink.
Wow, that's weird that they both have almost the exact same name.
Dude, the logos are almost the same. It's pretty stupid.
That is weird.
Yeah, same color scheme and everything, blue and green. But CenturyLink
might have been the same company that was forced to split or something.
Yeah, it probably is. CenturyLink,
and both of them, yeah,
is the weaker of the two, but I mean, getting their bare minimum service, or well, actually the best service they have would be bare minimum for my household. It's 45 down and almost 5 up, which I guess isn't so bad, considering that the deal is if you sign up before the end of the year, you get that price and that speed forever, as long as you're a customer, guaranteed. It won't change. The only thing that could change is your speed will get faster if they upgrade the area. But your price, your unlimited plan, nothing changes. It's $45 a month.
That's not bad.
Yeah, see, that's not. I mean, it's doable, and like where my router's at, I actually have a 100 foot Cat 5 cable that I've been stringing down the hall at one point, like hooking it to my son's PS4 to let him have the faster speeds. But like the 45 down and the 5 up is where where you run into it is like a lot more of the wireless problems, like where it's like everybody's on the wireless and it slows it down.
Sure.
But
also people streaming on Netflix wireless, and then you try.
Yeah, so I mean, you could, like, if that ever became a thing, like you could just hardwire a lot of things where you're basically splitting off the faster speeds rather than trying to split off a bunch of slower speeds, and you could work around it. So I mean, these companies will get creative, but I don't think it's going to get to the point of where like you're going to have like your internet and like you got to pick add all these additives onto it to be able to have the internet as you know it. And by the time you're done, you're spending like $300 a month. I just don't see it being a doomsday scenario.
Yeah, I can almost guarantee it won't be.
If you read Twitter, man, it seems like everybody's like talking like it's going. We're getting taken back to the colonial times where you got to put a carrier pigeon and send your tweet.
Your Candy Crush invite, you fuckers.
Yeah.
Bro,
I
net neutrality was trending on Twitter before they made the vote, and they spelled it wrong, and it was the #1 trend.
Oh yeah, yeah. Half the people don't even really know anything about it. They seen the scare tactic, and then they started talking about it immediately because that all of a sudden they're like, oh shit, that's going to affect me, but they have no idea what the hell it's even about.
If you're spelling it wrong, what does that say about you? You can't even spell what they're doing?
Chances are you don't even know what they're doing. You just know it's trending. You got to talk about it.
And it's not like they forgot a U or an I. They forgot the R. How can you not hear the R in neutrality?
It's quite interesting to see that. When I saw that trending too, and I'm like going, dude, like whenever you actually type in the hashtag net neutrality, you got to make sure you pick the right damn one because there's one that's spelled right and like 3 of them that's spelled wrong, and I'm like, damn. Like you got to sit there and really focus on which one you're picking.
Yeah, just look for the one with the little loading emote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just bought myself PlayStation coasters.
Like, what are they? The X button and the square button? Like,
Yeah.
That's
Square,
cool.
circle. Yeah. I won't use them, but
Dude, it's a shame, right? Because I bought StarCraft 2 and then the first expansion, both physical hard copies. Because, dude, Blizzard actually put some pretty cool swag in their boxes.
Yeah, they do.
And both of them can't do. The first one was great because it was a pad of paper and a watercolor type thing of a wanted poster of Jim Raynor was kind of in the background. And it was fucking badass. And the second one, I think, was Kerrigan. But it's like, and I use them every once in a while, but it feels like a shame to use them because then I'll be left with none.
Yeah.
yeah.
Badass pad of paper with a fucking wanted poster of Jim Raynor on it, right?
Yep. And Metrox, I would have bought Nintendo ones, but I don't really go to the toy aisle anymore.
He doesn't like child porn, so he doesn't want that.
Yeah,
coasters.
Yeah, get your pedo box out of here.
I have to go to the dark web to order that.
Which may not be a thing anymore after net neutrality.
This is true. Yeah.
Oh, dude, they'll figure out a way to do it, bro.
You have to go to the dark web and go to the child porn site, and every time that you pay to watch a child porn video, then you get a Nintendo coaster.
At the end, Mario pops out and asks for your address.
Yes. And be careful, Metro, man. It's a dangerous world you live in there.
Yeah, has anybody ever figured out whether the Switch is actually like a FBI psyop or something?
I really think it is.
It's possible.
It's a hybrid, is what all the fanboys say. So if that means it's FBI Watchbox, then yeah. You can't say anything about that thing, man, without them going, "Shut up! It's a hybrid." Okay, what does that mean?
Yes, it's a hybrid. What did you expect? Like, well, kind of like what I've been saying already. Being a hybrid doesn't really change anything.
I was arguing with one of these fanboys in a Facebook group, and that was his answer each time. Was it's a hybrid and it's doing better than most regular consoles have. Okay, but what's the hybrid thing about? Well, you can hold it in your hand
so
too.
Did the 3DS.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird about the Nintendo guys. If Nintendo's like the Switch numbers are coming out great, they're like really talking shit about the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. But then whenever they like their numbers, like they come in third place, whatever, and you talk about it, like, dude, it's a hybrid. Like, what? Like, just a minute ago, it was like the greatest thing since sliced bread, and then all of a sudden, now it's a hybrid. Like, we have to remember that, keep that in mind. But I can tell you, even PUBG looks better than Rocket League on the Switch.
You mean the Roblox mod?
Yeah.
Oh man, I can only imagine PUBG on the Switch.
Oh, that was funny because they actually interviewed Brendan Green and asked him, like, a lot of people are talking about PUBG on the Switch. Do you think it can actually run on that thing? He's like, well, I don't know, man. Like we were kind of skeptical about it running on the PlayStation and Xbox, but and phones, and we got it running there. And I'm like going, dude, no, don't, man. Nope. It already looks like shit. If it goes to the Switch, like it's gonna be like stick figures running around.
Give them some Minecraft graphics.
Yeah, I don't even think it'll have that. It'll just be like, whenever you draw, like a long time, like, is when you was a kid and you draw a person, you was like a circle head and then just a stick body. That's what it'll be running around.
And there won't be any sound effects or voices in the game. When you shoot the gun, a little thought bubble will pop up, go bang.
Christmas tree looking things for trees.
There won't even actually be any buildings or anything like that. It'll just be like the flat white back, it'll just be white area, and then the floor will just be a black line.
It'd be a side scroller.
Yes, it is not gonna be pretty on the damn Switch, man.
Uh,
I don't even know how the hell they got it running on mobile in China. Like that game is.
to be fair, they got some gangster ass
Bro,
phones coming out with
In
8
China,
core.
you can build your own phone.
Yeah, so I
Oh,
mean,
true. Okay,
and
I
that's
guess.
the thing. There are now 64-bit processors in a few of those chipsets on a couple phones, which
I mean,
are
there's some phones
are
that are
act-
stronger than the Switch.
probably, and that's not even counting the new Razer phone.
I want one of those.
I want
do
one of those,
too,
but
it's fucking pricey.
I want one of those, but they said that they're going to basically the carrier that I'm planning on leaving because of the connection that they give you. So and they won't. They're not going. They're not going to the carrier that I'm wanting to switch to. And I'm like, shit. Like, why can't you go to the one I'm wanting? Because I would buy that phone in a heartbeat.
Yeah, it's what, like $500, $400?
I thought it was
Yeah.
800.
Oh, I thought it was actually cheaper than that.
It's not more than the X, as last I saw.
I can't remember.
It's definitely cheaper than the new iPhone. So I mean,
Yes, it is. That's fair enough. It's not $1,000 for sure, and that's kind of quite interesting if you actually think about it. But you know,
well, I mean, you guys know with Apple, you're just paying for a name. You have been forever.
Oh yeah. Yep.
And you know that's okay if that's your jam. I mean, shit, a lot of things you just pay for a name.
Yeah, when the generic or whatever is just as good, but that name is all that really matters.
Like,
Just
yeah,
surprising how much a name costs.
for real, like it applies to anything. Like,
yeah, Nikes, dude.
yeah, or like my mother-in-law,
Yep.
she'll only use Heinz 57 ketchup. I'm like, you know, all the other shit tastes exactly the same.
Off. No,
No,
sir.
no,
Yep. Because
no,
I'm
Heinz
the same
and
way.
Hunt's.
I only like Heinz. Yeah, Hunt's
Yeah, if
isn't
you-
too bad in a pinch.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you taste the Hunts, I mean, you definitely know that you have Hunts. Like it's
Yeah.
a different taste
It
than
is
the
different.
Heinz.
Yeah,
Really?
I can tell.
Yes.
I can tell. Generic
Soon-
ketchup is nowhere near as good as a regular real
As
Heinz.
soon as I bite into a burger, whatever that has that Hunts on it, I immediately know that it ain't Heinz.
I had to yell at my girlfriend about that because she bought the cheap shit, and I was like, "Babe, you didn't see me buying the Heinz all this time."
Like there is a reason. There's some certain things that I cannot go
Soda, right?
generic on.
Soda for
Oh,
sure. Because like
yeah.
cheap ass great. There's even cheaper than regular cheap non-name brand for like grape and orange soda, and those fuckers taste metallic and shit.
Yeah, the off-brand
So, yeah,
sodas. Yeah, I can't do
Fair
that
enough.
shit.
Like there are definitely things that you.
Well, the off-brand
Well,
Dr.
if it's-
Pepper, like
Oh God.
dude, Dr. Pepper's like always like boast about 21 flavors, and that off-brand like got like 2 flavors, like two of the
Acid-
21. Like,
Acid prune, you know.
yeah, it's like,
Well,
whew,
because
not
it's
Dr.
like the
Pepper.
cheaper the soda gets, the more sugar they just add, and that's what you taste.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying their best to cover up the fact that they don't have the formula. So like, yeah, they'll never notice.
It's the same thing with mouthwash too, because there's
I don't know
nothing
about that,
different
though.
Yeah,
between
would you
the
drink
active
that, Pete? I
ingredients. No, not drink, but like there's definitely like the it's a harsher taste on the off-brand like Listerine.
Yeah, I always thought
Wait,
the harsher it
Listerine?
tastes, the better
Wait,
it works.
Listerine is not off-brand.
No, on the off-brand Listerine
but-
versus the
Okay, wait a
brand
minute
name
though. No, I'm
versus
sorry,
Listerine.
but Scope.
No, not
so much-
Scope. I'm talking about like well, whatever. But like,
Okay, because it's like like when my grandma used whenever I went to go visit her a long time ago, she had like that gold Listerine.
Oh, fuck
oh
that
man,
shit.
no,
And
I
you-
use the purple
You
stuff
swash
is good
that.
for me.
You swash that around your mouth, and you're like, God dang, what the fuck did I
No,
just
yeah,
put?
no,
in my-"
I'm talking
like,
about the same
that is-
like purple brand Listerine versus purple brand
Okay.
Walmart generic.
I was
And
like,
yeah,
because you
dude,
can't
the
get that one
Walmart
Listerine
stuff?
taste out of your mouth.
it is like disgusting, and the Listerine stuff is fine.
As
So,
far
yeah.
as I know, you could light that shit on fire. That gold Listerine. That is nasty.
Oh yeah, it's like it's pure. Like I think it's pure alcohol that somebody pissed in or something.
To give it color.
Yeah, it's like it is so fucking
Send
terrible,
this
man. It's like
shit,
it's almost
battery acid, just for color.
like you might as well just put like rubbing alcohol in your mouth and swash it around, because and you can't get that taste out of your mouth. It's there for a long
no,
time,
dude.
and if you,
All day.
it's like you're like every time you burp or anything, it's just there. Like I
Nothing
never
tastes
touched
right.
it again after that. Yep. It ruins like your whole fucking day.
Yeah, my grandparents had that shit all the time. When you're a kid, you can't drink Kool-Aid after that. You're just done for the day. You can't have anything with sugar in it. So you've been playing your Xbox more lately, Rambo, or your PlayStation?
I've been playing the Xbox a little bit more. I mean, I guess like I'm trying that Hello Neighbor, but I can't figure out what the hell is even going on. Like you can kind of see like more of the city, but you can only go as far as like basically across the street and one block in the same block, on the street, the long street. So there's that one house where the guy keeps coming out to capture you or whatever, and I can't figure out what the hell you're supposed to do. Like
there's no direction at all.
Yeah, I've gone into his house, and like whenever I get him outside, and then I'll run around the house real fast, and I'll go into his house, and I've tried opening up different doors. There's one with a lock on it, but I have no earthly idea how to. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm supposed to do a review on it too, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to look up something, watch somebody else play it, so that way I know what the hell to do. Because there is no direction at all. Like you said, it's like here. Good luck.
Yeah. I mean, I started to play it too, and then you go and get the ball that falls down the hill or whatever, and it's what now? I don't.
Yeah. So I didn't even know
What
that
game is
whenever
this?
the ball. It's called Hello Neighbor.
Oh.
And whenever the ball went down the hill, I was waiting for my character to run down there. I didn't even realize it gave me controls of control of the character. So finally, I was like, it just sat there forever. I was like, well, hell, I'll try it. And I moved my controller. I ran in there, got the ball, and it kind of made the screen like go away, and then it came back, and then I'm like, okay, but then this guy keeps yelling and screaming. Have you gone to that guy's house?
No, I've just been going in that one house where the ball lands in front of, like the one where the guy chases you.
The one that okay, so wait, you went to the one where the house that the guy comes out of?
Yeah, that's the only one I've been in. Yeah.
Okay, there's only two houses you can go into. It's that guy's house, and the one directly across almost like directly across the street. And I don't know. I've tried everything. I've turned the power off to his house, and the only thing he does is come running out, and then I've ran into his house whenever he's out. But when I'm in there, there's nothing in there. Like everything that you pick up is just that. I mean, I really don't understand the concept of the game.
It reminds me of that Slender game. It's like a walking simulator kind of. There's actually an achievement in Slender that's called Walking Simulator. After you walk a mile, you get it.
I mean, I don't know. There's apparently a point to this game, but I wish they had at least had some sort of, even the text at the bottom that pops up that you can read, is some sort of thing to, if you sit in one place too long, it tells you kind of like, gives you a little bit of direction on what to do, but there's like nothing. It's just, and I've been captured by that guy, I don't know, 13 times.
Yeah,
When you're captured, you don't even know, it doesn't even tell you like what to do to get out. You just got to figure it out, and it's just fucking weird.
Well, there's no voice acting or anything in it. It seems like you make your own story. We should probably ask Metrox. He's pretty good at that.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a game for the Nintendo platform.
Metrox, you need to help us with it.
Yeah, we definitely need help. We got to figure out. I mean, you can watch somebody play the game, and then you can tell us like what they're trying to say.
Yeah, he probably would know the whole like the backstory of the dude that chases you. I mean,
he's like, oh, you gotta. I mean, he's chasing you because of this reason, and like you're a black kid, he's a white guy, and because it doesn't even show you. You can't even see yourself.
Yeah.
At all. Like and there's the controls are very limited. I don't know. I got to figure something out because I got to review it, but I have no earthly idea how to beat it to be able to review it. I guess my review could be like, I started this game, I played for about, 30 hours, and I still can't figure out what the hell to do. 2 out of 10.
So, what do you guys think about the whole Disney Fox thing?
I'm actually happy because Disney does put on some good movies, and they do put on good, even small things on like Netflix. But like, because they've already came out and said that they will continue the R-rated Deadpool.
Yeah, that's the part I'm happy about.
Yeah, they definitely made me happy with that. They took away a lot of the worry about them buying it. That what's it called? That made me.
What about other characters though? Like, are they ever going to be able to do something like Logan with one of the X-Men
with X-23 or whatever her name?
Sure, or you know, whoever, like maybe Colossus, or you know, that's the thing. They say Deadpool, but I mean, I wonder if that means only Deadpool.
No, they were. The way that the thing said was like they weren't gonna ever like rule out R-rated movies for these characters.
Fair enough.
But you also know this means they basically own Hulu, right?
Yep. And now Netflix will not have any Disney shit on it ever again.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but no, Netflix is getting a season 2 Punisher. They've already confirmed it.
Well, yeah, and they already have contracts on. It's not like Disney.
Yeah,
well,
and
they might be able to use lawyers, but
with the purchase of Fox, they're now the primary holder of Hulu.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They basically
chances are they're going to just start using Hulu as their platform. I mean, I would be kind of dumb for them to build one from the ground up just for the Disney movies when you have actually Hulu sitting right there. But I mean, again, Disney can do it and just kind of make it to where it's like almost like their vault that they always were so happy to do. I hate their fucking vault. Like, you go to the store and if you don't buy the one movie, then you have to wait 17 fucking years before you buy it again. Like, by the time I get to buy it again, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like the last one that they did that with that I really wanted to get for my kids was Aladdin, and
oh yeah, sure.
I didn't even know it was out until there was like one or two copies left, and they were a Blu-ray one. I didn't want that
VHS? One. You used to see it on VHS tapes when they do the commercials for it, or you know, similar things. But that's the thing. Where would they show that shit now?
Yeah.
Well, if you like, I've learned though now with the power of the internet, that if you like, say you want Aladdin and they've already put it taken it back and put it in the vault. Well, you can go to Amazon and you can go to eBay and you'll find Aladdin. Now you might pay a little bit more than what it's worth, but if you're really wanting that movie and you don't want to wait 17 fucking years, then you'll buy it. Like I've bought plenty of them off of eBay and Amazon at a much higher price than what I should have. But it'd be like waiting. By the time they come back out, my kids were going to be fucking grown and having kids of their own, and they wouldn't even be interested in the movie that I was going to pay for. I don't know. It seems like Disney, that's really a bad decision because just for that reason, you're buying it for your kids, and if you wait 17 years, the kids ain't going to be fucking interested in it by then.
And you have kids in 2 years after the movie you would have shown them was released. What, you got to wait till they're 14 or what? Yeah.
It just seems like it'd be better up to
rotating 10 you can buy every 3 years or something. That would be a better option.
Something. If you're gonna take them off the shelves for a period of time, definitely no longer than 3 years because I mean, from a 2-year-old to a 5-year-old, that makes more sense than a 2-year-old to a 19-year-old.
Well, especially certain ones, sure, Aladdin, you could watch that all the way through your teen.
Well, the only ones they put in the vault, are their flagship Disney titles, like Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Cinderella, those type of things. All the other Disney movies they make, they're always around.
That's the thing. A lot of those originals, like Little Mermaid, man, that is going to have no meaning or interest for any boy past 6 or 8 years old. And even girls,
or boy at all.
Really maybe more than 10 or 12. Maybe.
Yeah.
There's a couple of them like Pinocchio, that's really good for kids, but once they get past 6 or 8 or something, it's a puppet. Who, what?
Yeah, if you haven't,
8-year-old boy,
if you haven't had kids yet, and then you have to start like pre-thinking of when you're gonna have kids and
Yeah,
start
right.
buying these movies
17 years in advance.
prior to you even thinking about getting pregnant, because like by the time you get pregnant and the movie comes back out, you're not even going to be thinking about Little Mermaid again. It's really like what they do is asinine, and I hope that they actually stop that eventually. But
Really?
I don't.
Well,
I think
maybe with Hulu, there will be a digital copy of all of them. That,
it'd be nice
you
if
know,
at least for that.
That way, at least you wouldn't have to wait.
And all this time, like, you know how you've been sending me those South Park links or whatever, and I couldn't watch it. I didn't think. So I've been like going to like a place that you can like. I guess it's like some sort of South Park website, and then you can actually watch the episodes there.
Yeah, South Park Studios.
What's crazy is that I didn't even like. I signed up for Hulu a while back, and I never even thought anything more about it. And all this time, they've been taking $11.99 out of my account, and I never even knew. I was just like, I could have been watching Hulu all this time, but like shit, I didn't know. I just all of a sudden looked at my
stuff on there.
Yeah, I looked at my activity on my card, and I was like, "What the hell, Hulu?" Like, shit, like all these fucking links that he's been sending me, I could have just fucking clicked them and watched the fucker. It just fucking sucks.
Man.
I had to go surfing around the internet for a while, like trying to find the damn South Park video, so that way I could. And I didn't know which one was for sure the last one, so I had to like look at his description and then look at the damn thing to figure out which one I was supposed to watch. And I could have fucking just gone to Hulu this whole damn time. I was like, you got to be kidding me, man. And now I'm looking, and apparently I haven't ever downloaded Hulu on my phone.
Oh yeah, I don't have Hulu on my phone either.
I don't even have Netflix on my phone.
Yeah, it's
I have
kind
Netflix on my phone, so that way I can. That way I can send the info, like set up a recording if I'm out. Like if I hear something and I forget about it and I just remember, I can set up a recording, or not a recording, but I put it in my to watch list.
Oh, okay.
But I've never watched any video on my phone. I just could not imagine watching on that little of a screen and trying to like get into it.
I've done that once, sitting in a hot tub with my wife. I just put Netflix on a tablet, not a phone.
Y'all were Netflix and chilling.
Well, yeah,
like
kinda.
Kids do.
Yeah, like the Muggins. Oh, did you guys hear about Dr. Disrespect?
Yeah,
or should I say Dr. Disrespect Women?
What's crazy is the amount of hate. Like, I mean, I get I don't like, cheating or whatever, but there were some people that said his followers that are still putting out, like, that they still support him is just disgusting. And I was like, he should just go away or whatever. I'm like going, so you just like disown people because they like what's it called? Because they what am I trying to say? Because they make a mistake in their life. Like, I mean, I get that it's a bad mistake, but shit, like people make mistakes and kind of learn from them. But like, if he would not be different if he was like a serial, cheater or whatever. But
well, here's the thing: how many of those same people, if a girl, or if Anita Sarkeesian had said that she had cheated on her boyfriend, would say, oh, you go, girl, he doesn't deserve you for treating you bad enough to make you cheat, or something like that, right?
Like it's always the other person's fault.
Yep.
Sometimes, guys, people just do that shit because they want to.
And of course, now that he cheated, then since he's a popular guy, then all of a sudden we're like, men are the hated people for the rest of our lives. And I'm just like, shit, like, I don't know. It kind of sucks, but somebody even actually suggested that it was convenient timing that he comes out after he wins that award. I'm like, well, how would that have changed anything? Like, would they really have kept the award from him because he cheated on his wife? I'm like, that's the two things don't even go together. And like my wife says, it's like, it's nobody's fucking business what the hell happened to him. Like, that's between his wife, him, and the kids. But unfortunately, when you're a public figure, you don't really have that luxury.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree with his mistake. I think his mistake is actually really shitty. And he should have
100% on that.
Yeah, and he should have consequences, personal consequences, not over Twitter or Twitch or anything like that for his mistake. And it's good that he was man enough to come out and say, look, I need to take some time off to go deal with this. Because that's all I took it as was, I'm a popular guy. I'm going to disappear for a little bit so you guys don't think I abandoned you. Here's what happened. That's what I took it as.
That's what I took it as, too. And I didn't take it as him, like, trying to damage control anything like that or like that. It was just simply explaining why his absence was going to be. And he couldn't just say personal reasons. Like, so he said what he had to say and moved on. I don't know much more what he could have done. And anything more he needs to do with not us.
The crap part is that this guy just started making a lot of money, and if his wife decides to split, he's not gonna be having a lot of money.
No, he's gonna be streaming a hell of a lot more.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Can do like a collab or something.
Yeah, Boogie's getting divorced too.
He is?
Yeah.
Over Twitter, dude. Over Twitter, and what
do you mean over Twitter?
He announced it over Twitter and said in the tweet that yes, it was okay to do this because I asked my wife, like, oh man,
and said, do you know why divorce is so expensive? ... because it's worth it.
Wow, I bet you $10. Like she must have cheated on him. And I always wondered how that was
gonna play out
with him being as big as he is and incapable as he is compared to her. I always wondered if that was ever gonna play anything into it. But man,
yeah, no,
that's gets passed around, man.
Yeah, I just look on there. He's like it's the bachelor's life for me, filled with games and Dungeons and Dragons. Wow.
Big town, bro. I feel you.
I mean, yeah, I didn't think that was gonna happen. Getting for her and him getting married in that kind of situation, like going into it knowing that hey, this guy's there's a good chance he's gonna be fucked the rest of his life. I'm okay with that. I still want to marry him. I didn't think they would split.
Yeah, you figured that like you were, because she knew what she was signing up for like before they ever got married. Like it wasn't like some sort of like it wasn't like he just all of a sudden became obese, like that obese and had all these problems after the marriage. They were there long before. I mean, because I always worry about like my wife, because when she married me, I was capable. You know what I mean? I was able and everything like that, and my life turned differently during our marriage. And I've always told her like before, like what's it called, that you can, if you want to leave. I mean, I fully understand. I mean, I don't want to like be the one holding you back just simply because you feel like some sort of like guilty by staying with me or whatever. But she's stuck with me for 10 years. I mean, obviously that wasn't she didn't have that thought. But I mean, it's just sad to see him going through it, because I kind of figured it'd be hard for him to actually get married anyway. But whenever he did, I thought, well, that was definitely the one, because somebody married him without knowing all of his problems.
Yeah. But he made a Reddit post explaining that it wasn't that she was in it for the money, or he cheated, or she cheated. It was just simply that he, with his PTSD and anxiety and stuff, like I guess he can be like a dick off camera and like freak out.
So became too much for her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that makes sense, because like PTSD definitely can, and anxiety definitely can turn you into an asshole.
Yeah, and I kind of figured, like, I'm not saying that he's blaming it on that, but I kind of figured that might be what it would turn out to be. And like apparently for the last month or so, she hasn't even been at home. she's been with her family.
Wow. I always wondered, like, because he'd post pictures of him at the movies, and his wife wasn't there, and I always wondered, like where she was at. But I mean, I just kind of thought maybe she was the one taking the picture, or she was just, because he doesn't like to put her on camera either. So, I thought maybe that was another reason too. But no, damn. Then of course, Angry Grandpa died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there won't be Frances videos, like, because she's Frances's sister. I mean, think about it. I mean, there might be the occasional sit in front of the webcam and freak out, but really most of the good ones was she played his sister.
Yeah. It's gonna be. I mean, I don't know. That's just kind of sad. I didn't know anything about that. So.
Well, I just saw that. It was Wednesday, right?
Yeah, me and Pete were in Discord. He told me about that. I was like, no, you're fucking lying. And I went and looked, and hell yeah, that's going on.
That was late though.
Apparently, I'm looking at his timeline, and it looks like he liked to pick I guess somebody with boobs or whatever. But people are freaking out or whatever, and he's like, I like the picture. He's like, he said it's my friend that does whatever, and he's like, I don't know, seems like people are being over dramatic to him, or that he's quote unquote moving on, and I don't know, it's kind of weird.
Well, I mean, also for a guy like that, you got to figure, like, before his wife, dude probably didn't see a whole lot of women, like, in his room or anything. So,
oh yeah,
socially,
imagine that.
Yeah.
Now that
I would imagine that
gotten laid and stuff, it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, I would imagine that this is almost like one of his first actual relationships. I mean, obviously, I don't know, but I would imagine in his situation that not a lot of women were running to his bed.
Yeah.
And to go from getting some to
relate.
not getting some is, for the first time especially, is going to be like a huge fucking adjustment.
But I don't think there's really been much since Wednesday, has there?
I keep seeing little things like the Okami HD release is going to be locked at 30 FPS. And there was a thing about there was somebody saying that its achievements weren't unlocking on the Xbox One X. But nothing really like, game changing or
the Atari box. Did you guys hear you could pre-order that?
No, how much is
it? It's either $300 or $400, and
what?
Ooh, yeah, I'm way good.
I'm way fucking good. What the fuck are they gonna put on it?
It's, from what I can see, it's gonna come preloaded with a lot of the best Atari games, and they're trying to bring a PC experience to a console.
Now wait a minute. So you're gonna be able to buy games for this, right?
As far as I
comes with a bunch, doesn't it?
Yeah, it comes with classic Atari games, but they're trying to bring a PC experience to the TV.
Well, a lot of people have tried that and failed every time. And why is Atari trying to do that? Like, that, of all fucking companies. But
I mean, if it's just a better Steam box.
When you kind of scared me whenever you said they were preloaded. I was like, $400 for a fucking preloaded game? Like, no, I'm out. Like, that's good.
Okay, no, $250 to $300 range.
Oh, okay, that's a little better.
But still, a little bit better. But still, I mean, without any sort of hint of what direction they're going to go, or like what they have lined up for the console, is, I don't know. I think I'd rather wait and see what happens with that thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing about nostalgia too. It can go either way, because you can boot up Mario and have a lot of fun, and you can boot up a game that you really like that ends up being really shitty.
I mean, you know me, I got the original Atari now because my wife went out and bought that for me. But I love Atari, but I just don't know if I can spend $250 or even $300 on a console that is going to play the same games I have on my original Atari, but I need to know like what you have coming to it or what you have in the works, so that way I can kind of. It's almost like the situation with the Xbox. It's kind of like you don't know their roadmap, and like we're talking. I mean, at least with the Xbox, you at least know games are coming because it's Xbox. But Atari's been out of the game for so fucking long. Like what do you have coming? Are you gonna be putting Steam on your console or like?
They say that it's going to feature an AMD processor and a Linux operating system. But as far as preloaded games, they don't have all the details on them yet. It's still like in a crowdfunding stage even. Like they're asking you to pre-order one, but there's still no release date. Yeah, I have a feeling it's gonna flop like the Ouya did.
Yeah, I just don't see how they're gonna compete with that. I don't know. It's just they really need a roadmap or some sort of clear direction that they're going whenever they before they launch, so that way people can get excited for that. Because if the only thing you really know about it is they're going to go for like a PC experience and it comes preloaded, how does that really excite? I mean, I get nostalgia, but yeah, I mean, I get nostalgia, but I mean that's a lot of money for fucking nostalgia. Like, there's got to be some details.
Oh shit! This is from 3 hours ago. The Indiegogo campaign was suspended for an undisclosed period of time.
Wow.
Indiegogo?
Yeah, that's their that's where you pre-order one, dude. It's still crowdfunding.
And it was suspended?
Yeah, they're like, so give me some money, and eventually we'll release this, and you'll get it for the money you gave
We'll tell you why. Yeah, eventually we'll tell you why you're getting money. Wow. I wonder if it was suspended because of that reason, because the details were so...
Atari released this because of one key element on our checklist. It is taking more time to create the platform and ecosystem that the Atari community deserves. Building an Atari box is incredibly important to us, and we'll do whatever it takes to be sure it's worth the wait.
Yeah.
I think that's a retreat.
Yeah, I think so too. Like, because with this generation moving on and more technology becoming possible, by the time this box is ready to go, it's going to be pretty outdated.
So far outdated, yeah.
Yeah, and then you basically spent $300 on a box to play your old Atari favorite games that they got to choose.
And I bet you it'll have like an Android operating system or some shit.
Yep. When basically you can go out and buy that Atari retro console that comes preloaded with a lot of good games.
Yeah, I kind of want one of those.
Like $80, I think, or $60, and yeah, I'd rather go out and spend $60 on that preloaded Atari console than $300 on a preloaded Atari console. Well, shit, for that, I mean, if you're building a thing that you could be capable of a PC experience, you could almost load every one of Atari's games on there.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think it would even take that much space.
On the Atari? Yeah. Those consoles were fucking tiny. I don't even think they were like... Because what was the SNES? Or, I mean, the NES. It was only like 32 KB of storage. Not even that, right?
Oh, no, it's tiny.
Like 512 bit or something.
Shit,
like
when the original Xbox came out, it was what, 500 megabytes or something on the hard drive?
It was 4 gigabytes.
Yeah.
So I mean, those Atari games you could probably put all.
Oh wait, no, the original Xbox. I was gonna say the 360 was 4 gigabytes. I don't know how much the original Xbox was.
I think it was 800 megs. I mean,
remember when consoles didn't come with hard drives?
Fucking memory.
I mean, I could have. I would imagine almost every Atari game added together wouldn't even be a total gig of storage.
Oh
I
no way!
wouldn't
Yeah,
think.
it'd be a couple of megs maybe, or maybe like 50 megs or something like that.
Just because they weren't big at all. The games were.
Okay, no, it was 50,000 blocks, which they classified as 6 or 8 gigs on the original Xbox.
6 or 8 gigs.
Yeah, I don't remember it being that big, but that's
I think
what
that's
these
for like
guys
the
are
last
saying.
Well,
one,
no,
maybe.
well, that's weird though, because then the 360 launched with a smaller hard drive than the original Xbox did.
Yeah, see, and I don't remember people bitching about that, so.
Huh. You seems like that would be a huge complaint if your previous system had a bigger hard drive than your next system launch.
Yeah, and you know this community likes to bitch, so.
Yeah. It's a bunch of. You would think that this community is like actually made up of a lot more women.
That's sexist. Now we're gonna get flagged.
There's-
I'm surprised we haven't even been kicked off of YouTube. Actually,
no, right?
There is one video on the video manager
We're
that
too
says,
small. If we were bigger, they'd actually care.
yeah, I'm sure they would. There's one video that says it contains copyrighted content. I'm like, what? No.
copyrighted content.
Yeah,
Weird.
The other day when I hosted, I scrolled through it real
Yeah,
quick and I
that's,
saw that.
On our channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was because of the stream we did with the.
Game Awards.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay.
bullshit.
Yeah,
I knew
Nintendo
Viacom was
is-
going to be
yeah.
a dick about it.
No, it wasn't even Nintendo. I mean, well, there was a couple of Nintendo ones
thought
that
he's-
popped up, but
Yeah, I thought you said
like
Nintendo was one and a couple more.
WWE, WWE copyrighted a lot of shit that was like in Rocket League. And
Really?
I don't. Apparently the WWE and Rocket League have
Oh,
sort of.
yeah, they're tight.
Yeah, and so they were WWE was copywriting the Rocket League commercials.
Yeah, because there's a wrestler that goes by the name Xavier Woods that has a pretty successful YouTube gaming channel called Up Up Down Down, and he gets all the wrestlers to have game tournaments with him. Like they have Madden tournaments. They started Call of Duty this year with World War II. Always do Rocket League. They helped host and launch the first ever Rocket League competitive event that aired on CBS. I mean, so they're super tight. I mean,
I didn't even realize that they were like they even had anything going with each other.
I believe you can get WWE stuff in Rocket League,
I think so. Yeah.
like flags and shit for your car.
Well, see, I mean, you probably would know if he was playing on the Switch because it just looks like
Couldn't see him. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
It just
they're-
looks like a
they're just
line
shapes.
coming
It
up
would be
the
somebody's
ear.
name. It'd just be like a
Yeah.
blob.
Like, trust me, that's there. You just can't make it out. It's okay. You don't need to.
Oh, I don't know who watched that Go Get. I personally didn't watch it. Shit, I don't watch TV.
I don't either.
Like, I'm not joking when I say that. I don't have cable. I don't sit on the couch and watch TV. If I sit on the couch, it's because my wife's there, or I actually got to hook my Xbox up to the big screen
Fuck
TV.
the Oscars.
That made that whole show. That was my
They really
favorite
did.
part. That guy was probably drunk too, or stoned, which made it even better.
Oh, for sure. Dude was blazed out of his mind.
And instead of going saying well, can we say the F word? He's like, hey, can I say fuck? I'm like, what?
Yeah. Oh, so when they see cuss and he's like, "Can we cuss?" Like, dumbass, you just did. Like, if it's kind of too late to ask that when the
Jeff Keighley looked like a rape victim. He didn't know what to do at all. He's like, oh my god.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man. He's
At
just
first
like,
he was like-
sure.
first he was kind of like confident, and then the longer it went on, you could just see like him going, "What have I done? What I don't know." Like,
I know, right? You could tell when he because he asked the question like, "Can we swear?" And he's just kind of thinking about it. I know exactly what is going through his head. He's like, "Is it going to be a once, or is it going to be like 100 more times?" And kind of, oh yeah, and
It went
off
100
he
more
goes,
times.
man. Yep, there he goes. And he's just every time he says, he's just, oh man, there he goes again.
You
Dude
know,
had like
he was sitting back
explosive
going,
diarrhea of the mouth. It was horrible,
yeah.
but great at the same time.
It was
You know-
like a train wreck.
you
You
know-
can't look away.
you know, they were sitting back going. He was sitting back going, "Why did I say yes? Why did I say yes?"
And then he even pushed the advertisement for his game. He's like, now can we get onto the game? He's like, no, we're out of time. He still went on about his game.
Yeah, like that dude was. If that's jet lag, I've got to fly more often.
I know.
Dude, where do you get your weed from?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like because you need to share.
Yo, Ogre, you asked that last time. 275, 6'3". Are you trying to like picture me?
I know. Is he sizing you up?
Are you trying to see if he's lost weight since Wednesday,
I haven't
or
weighed
gained
myself
weight,
since
or
Wednesday.
like I don't? That's like I don't know like what.
No, I don't want to weigh more. I don't like what I weigh now.
Like yeah, I'm at 275 and a half. I gained a half a pound. Well, I haven't taken a shit yet, but well, I've really got to get to the my family doctor, because even my sweatpants now that used to fit like perfectly with the elastic in it now are like starting to fall off me. Like I don't know why the hell I'm losing weight as much as I am.
Oh, dude, with this pain meds and going through chronic pain, you do. Like, I'm at 275 now, but by summertime, I'll be like 240. And then I just go right back up. I bounce around like a crackhead.
I don't know. I used to do that, like going anywhere from like 150 to 170, just kind of like in that range. But now I went from like 170, and now I'm like earlier this year, and now I'm down to like 136.
Yeah.
And I've got to figure out like why, because every time I go to the doctor every month, I'm lighter than what I was the previous month, and I got to figure out like before I end up becoming like I don't know 85 pounds and on the news, because the skinniest man alive is. I don't know if I have something going on that's causing me to lose weight, or if it's just simply like what you said, the medicine, shit like that. I'm hoping it's just the medicine and shit. And
Well, yeah, because with that shit, I don't know if you go through it, but sometimes I forget to eat.
yeah,
Like,
I do.
I'll just be in the zone with whatever I'm doing, and I'll finally be out of a little bit of pain, and I'll just forget about eating.
Yeah, I don't want to go to the doctor and go, oh, well, you have 6 weeks to live. I'm like, oh, shit, I should have stayed at home. Like, fuck. Because I would never really want to get told how long you have to live. I'd rather just die rather than not knowing like when my last day was going to be. You'd be looking at the calendar every fucking day like going, shit, this 6 weeks are going fast.
Hey, Pete, Ogre wants to fight you.
Oh man, let's have fun. I've been in a good brawl in fucking days.
Yeah, since the Mexican with nunchucks.
No. There was one after that. There was one at a bar.
I haven't been in a fight in
It's been years.
about 8 years for me.
Probably, man. I knew I was 21. Oh no, we were both okay. So I was probably like 24, 6 years ago, 7 almost.
Yeah, the last real good fight I was in high school. I mean,
Oh man,
Mine was at a bar.
I've never been at a bar fight, but although I've never sat down at a bar and had a drink.
It was a club, but
same difference.
but I mean club. Like I've never like going to a bar and being in a bar fight. It's kind of weird because like you just basically go in there and sit down and drink. Like I don't know how people end up getting into a fight by sitting down and drinking, but in a club with walking around and shit like that, you bump into each other a hell of a lot. And the drunker you are, that bump can turn into like a motherfucker. And
real quick,
I mean, yeah, like there was one. I mean, the bouncer, I don't know, was probably my height, maybe 5'9", 5'10", and but he was just And then next week I'm right back in.
Yeah, no, sorry guys, my headphones came unplugged. That's why you didn't hear them.
Quality operation.
Yeah,
Nothing but the best.
we do what we can.
We strive to be the best.
One of these days in 2018, because fuck 2017, everyone I know, including Brimstone, is done with it. So, 2018.
Apparently not Taylor Swift though.
Fuck Taylor Swift then. We're getting Brimstone's studio ready, and like the podcast will greatly improve. Videos will greatly improve. Because I mean, I'm even getting a set of keys to it. Metro already lives there, so I mean, it'll be amazing when that gets together. Then 2018 better be better than fucking this.
They say that, but like in 2018 around December they'll be like, in 2019, we're gonna get Brim Studio. We're gonna get Brim Studio running, and everything's gonna be great. I promise you guys.
It's already running. We just need another
right
PC down there.
And then it'll be like in 2020, guys. I promise you that is the year. I've been waiting for the 2020 part.
Whatever year is better than this one. Fuck this year.
Yes. No, this year's been a shit show, man. I don't see 2018 becoming better. We're on a downward trend.
Yeah, no, because 2016 was shit too.
Yeah, eventually the curve has got to start going back up. Eventually, I would think.
I remember going to my last doctor's appointment in 2016, and they're like, "Aren't you looking forward to the new year?" And I don't swear in front of my doctor. I'm respectful and everything. And I said, "Fuck yes, I am. I am done with 2016." He goes, "Well, I didn't know that was that bad to you." And I said, "Hell yeah, it was. Look how many different medications you put me on." He goes, "Oh yeah, 2017 will be better." Hell no, it ain't.
Nope.
Fucking lies.
One good thing came out of this year. I got out of California, but since I've been out of California, I got a whole new set of problems. It's like
so you got Arizona
Nevada problems.
Nevada problems now. I don't know if you have this problem or not, but like whenever I go to my procedures, I've filled out a piece of paper for because with Medicare, like it doesn't pay for really
anything
that much shit. Even if you met your deductible, it really doesn't pay for shit. But like every time I go to like on Monday, I'm going to get my shots into my left knee, and they call me and they're like, "Well, I just want to cover the your costs with you. Like after insurance, your co-insurance is going to be around $782." I'm like, God bless. Like I filled out a form, they approved it, so where it doesn't cost me anything extra. They're like, okay, I'm gonna note it, and that way they don't call you again. And every fucking procedure, they call me and tell me. And every fucking procedure, I tell them, look, I filled out the form, they approved it, I don't have to pay anything. Okay, I'm gonna put that in the front of your file so nobody calls you again. And then I mean, it's just like, can y'all figure out what the front of my file is, please? Because shit, I'm tired of fucking answering this question.
Yeah, I get
and
that.
Today when she called today, I was like, I listened to her spiel because of course they don't ever stop talking until they stop talking, and I was like, yes, I was like, y'all, I told y'all this last time. She goes, oh yeah, I remember your voice. She goes, she's like, I'm sorry. She goes, I'll take care of it. I'm like going, until the next time.
No, you won't. Yep.
It's like,
yeah, I get that. And have you signed the form where if you don't think you've had the service you deserve with Medicare, they'll like, I guess, fight the hospital or whatever the fuck they're gonna do about it? Like, nope, I think you guys did whatever you're gonna do. I don't want to know what else you can do, so see you later.
Yeah, it's
bullshit.
Yeah, I mean insurance, especially, and then of course, I mean I know these doctors don't even have to file insurance, but man, dealing with all the it's just like man, it's just a lot, and you would figure that. Like my mom even said, you'd figure that people on disability wouldn't have to pay like co-pays and shit like that, anything extra. Like, because I said you figure because they take so much, out of your fucking, earnings, that and leave you with basically almost nothing for the month. That
They really do.
that you would whenever you after you paid for your insurance, that would be all that you really needed to do. But nope. I mean, luckily I've come across a few doctors that really want to work with me, and like basically, even though they know that they could charge me more for my visit, they just charge me whatever the insurance pays me. But there's some that they want every dime out of me, and I'm like, shit, man, sorry, we're just gonna have to quit while we're ahead here.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. I mean, you would think that they would cut you a break because, like, what my premium every month is like $100 and something in Nevada.
Yep, same here.
Like, that is fucking ridiculous. You guys don't give me much as it is, but
Shut
you're gonna
the fuck
take
up.
100 and something. I mean,
Dude, I came from. I mean, you say shut the fuck up, but I came from a job where my insurance, like for my whole entire family, was less than $20 a pay every other week or whatever, and it covered 100% of everything. All I had to do was basically pay the doctor copay, and that was it. To go from that to Medicare is just, ugh. Like whenever they said $100 some a month, I'm like, what?
and it's not only that. I fill out more paperwork than most cops. I know I do.
Oh yeah.
This weekend, I have to fill out a continuing disability form. That fucking thing is a packet.
And if you go to the ER and what insurance do you have? Well, I have Medicare because I'm disabled. Well, then they give you a fucking, like, it feels like you're buying a house, and it's like whenever you mark on there like what type of Medicare you have, then you have to explain what type of. It's like it's so confusing. I always just leave it blank, like that part blank, and go, I don't know what the hell to pick here because I don't want to. One of the options is something like to where you really don't need Medicare. You're not interested in Medicare, and I'm like, well, I definitely know I don't want that choice. I mean, because I definitely have to have insurance, but I don't understand the other choices. Like, because it's weird. I'm like, if I already have Medicare, all I should have to do is show you my Medicare card, and y'all should be able just to file it. I shouldn't have to tell you, do I need to be talked to about Medicare options? I'm like, why? I
don't have black lung. I wasn't in the army.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
leave me the
I'm
fuck
like,
alone.
No,
why
I'm not
do I have?
pregnant.
Why do I have to fill that shit out every time I go to the doctor?
I mean, but it's not just people with Medicare. Like, my wife doesn't have Medicare, and even the pharmacy fucks with her. Like, she got, I forget what the medication's called, but you're not supposed to take it when you're pregnant, right? She hasn't been to a pharmacy really, or a CVS, that is, for years, since she was pregnant last. And the last 3 times I've gone to pick up her prescription for her, they wouldn't give it to me because they thought she was pregnant. I'm like, no, she's not. And if she is, then we got some fucking talking to do. I mean, I had to fill out a release form each and every time saying she's not pregnant and that if I'm lying, I could be brought up on charges. I'm like, Jesus.
You ain't gonna do shit, Ogre.
He is. He's gonna sit in the comment section and talk
I
shit.
know, right? He's gonna type the shit out of that keyboard. Could be the fastest insult you ever seen. Yeah, still not seeing anything new in gaming.
No, I mean, gaming is. This is the month that really gaming kind of goes dormant because not a lot of people want to release their game right at the end of the year or talk about it because people are off with their families and doing Christmas things and holiday things. And
yeah, and like on Twitter, you got trending hashtags like if snowmen could talk. Why would you want to talk about a video game?
Yeah, like for some reason, like I guess a lot of shit gets overlooked during the holiday times because of so many people are so worried about talking snowmen.
Yeah, I noticed now that I posted my year review for Xbox and some of these Xbox groups. Like, I can say Well, so far I can say what I want about any game, and I don't get a smart ass comment back.
Oh, I
I
still
only
get
care
one.
when you do it, go get.
In that Xbox United group that you're a part of, and like I don't know how many people always talk about you just hate Xbox, and I'm like going, dude, I've spent more money on Xbox and more time on Xbox than probably you have, and
Then
like
you've spent
yet
on
I'm
groceries this year, motherfucker.
it's like, and yes, somehow I don't have a right to complain about a purchase I made. Like I just, it's not like I'm going Xbox is shit, PlayStation's the best. Like I don't ever go into that group and say that, but like they would act like they would act like I do, and I'm like, dude, I have a right to complain. I've bought the platform, I've bought the game, or whatever game it is, like or the lack of. I was like, I have a right to voice my concerns and complaints. I remember one of them. I was Tim Dog. He always told me like, well, you didn't have a 360, and I'm like, so because I didn't have a 360, all of a sudden I can't be like vocal about like the current gen and the platform that I'm currently supporting. Like this shit, get like these people are fucking crazy. Like it really speaks about volumes about these other people. But what I've learned is that even those Xbox people that are hating on me in those groups, that my shit outweighs theirs after them posting their pictures.
Yeah, I haven't seen one person in those groups that have more than me or you.
It just cracks me up that these people that like they will fight and fight and fight to make sure that their platform is viewed in a positive light. But yet when you go actually, when they post their shit like that, it's like you can tell they don't even like believe in their own fucking shit.
I think a lot of them think, Rambo, that you buy the shit just to complain, which if that's the case, that's one expensive fucking complaint.
I'm fucking loaded if that's the case. Like if I'm gonna spend like just right now in my room, you add up like the Xbox stuff, it's like 500 for the X, 250 for the S, and 150 for the Elite controller. That's what, $1,000
That's
just so
$900
that way
bucks.
I can, just so I can complain like that. I don't know. I don't know about y'all, but I have not that much money just to throw around just so I can say, look, I got it, so I can complain about it. No,
Yeah, I bought it so I can say it fucking sucks.
just
That's seriously buying the new iPhone just to complain about it.
yeah. Like what? That doesn't even make sense. And if somebody is out there doing that, then
I mean,
my
I guess
God,
if you
like
got that kind of cash, man, good on you. You know, keep
I want
doing
your
thing,
disposable
hustling,
income.
But yeah, right.
Hell no, I'm from the land of fixed income. I don't even know what disposable income is.
I was like my disposable income is like my check comes in and it gets disposed into deals.
Exactly.
I don't know. Like somebody asked me today, like this Xbox guy. Apparently, because I said something about Xbox, a joke or whatever, and he's like, "What do you do for a living?" And besides gaming, it seems like that's all you ever talked about. I'm like, "Well, I'm an international arms dealer in a human trafficking ring. I'm running pretty successful." I'm like, "Who the fuck? What the fuck is it to you? What I do for a living?" Like, what does this have to do with me making a joke about Xbox shit? Like.
Well, don't you know if you're not a games journalist, then you can't insult gaming, right? Is that how it works?
Technically, I am a freelance journalist, so therefore I can't now. But
yeah, there you go.
I've earned my stripes, so I can now complain freely. You would think, but no, can't. The biased journalism is always there until they write one that you like, and then all of a sudden they're not biased anymore, and then the next day they're back to being biased. And I'm just like, yeah, that might show your biases.
Yeah, I don't fuck with a lot of these people in these Xbox groups because a lot of them are seriously brainwashed.
Yeah, pretty much. And all these people that were like magically not having any problems at all with the PUBG. I'm like, so you just magically have the most magical Xbox out there because everybody seems to be having problems besides you.
That's
Like,
because
how
they just
does
don't
that
want to
work?
admit it because it makes their shit look bad.
Yeah, I was like going that I don't understand like why you would. That's almost like what Cyrus tweeted out to Colt or this other guy that was in the conversation. But doing that is like almost like sitting in a burning room and pretending everything's okay.
Yeah.
Like it's all right.
You're not gonna say shit till the fire burns you.
Yeah.
Well, it's coming, so keep lying.
Like, I'm sorry, but like if I purchase something, especially as much money as I've spent on these things, I'm gonna voice my concerns and my complaints because I want them to get better.
For real, right? Have I ever stopped bitching about AMD?
Or Overwatch, for that matter.
Yeah.
It might actually work now.
I frequently hear about AMD and Overwatch from Pete. Yet he has probably better AMD stuff than anyone watching.
Certainly the graphics card. That's right, you scrubs. Get fucked.
You got a liquid cooled graphics card and you play Warframe.
Hey, if you're gonna spend a shitload of money on something just for a stupid reason, well, bragging rights is way better than a complaint.
I mean, really, Pete, you have like one of the best graphics cards out right now, liquid cooled, and you play Warframe.
Yeah, dude, it looks gorgeous, bruh.
You really
40 frames a second of glory, dog. Should see me throwing ninja stars and shit.
that sounds like some of the people that were like tweeting out going, I'd be pissed if I bought a $500 console to play PUBG and it turned out like that. I'm like going, well, you're the dumbass for spending $500 to play one fucking game. Like who the hell spends $500 so that they can play one game?
Well, I mean, last generation, I didn't spend the money to play one game, but my Xbox basically became a Call of Duty box. My
buddy
360.
bought the original iPhone, not iPhone, but iPad or iPod Touch, 16 gig or 8 gig or whatever, just for Veggie Samurai.
What?
Yep. Dude paid it was like 200 something bucks.
That's a free game.
Well, that's the thing. At the time, it was not free, and
No.
you could not get it on Android.
No.
What?
Well, I'm going to read off the cast of characters. Sandra Bullock, Kate Blanchett, Anne Hathaway, Mindy Kaling, Sarah Paulson, Wafina, I don't know, with Rihanna, and with Helena Bonham Carter.
And
you ask what that is?
Yeah.
Ocean's 8.
Oh God.
Bruh.
So they're making Ocean's 11, but remaking it with women. And Keem said, "What's next? An all-female cast of Saving Private Ryan?" Like, what, seriously, what? Where does it end? Like, I get that you want women in leads, but create the fucking stories for them. Don't just like hijack fucking movies that we've already seen and try to change them. Like, there's nothing wrong with going to see an all-female cast, but make it a fucking original movie. Like, that's all you need to do. Nobody would complain that they made, I don't know, Stairway to Heaven, and it all be females. But
Right,
when you start making movies that were already known for their lead,
what was that trilogy that just
female
came
leads
out with the girl about the dystopian future where everybody has
Hunger Games, or
no, it's the other one, but that one's another one. But yeah, both of those, nobody cared about that shit.
No, I mean, like, it was okay. I was like, all right, cool.
Books, they were their own story. It was fine. Yeah.
They enjoyed it for what it was, but I mean, when you take a franchise like Ghostbusters, that was traditionally all men in the men in the leads, or Ocean's 11 or 12 and 13, that's all men, and then you try to turn it, like, create that same thing but with women, that's when you start getting the backlash. And it's not because, I mean, everybody's like, well, you're fighting because it's women. No, you're fighting because you're trying to change the fucking storyline. Like, this is already a predominant movie and already predominant storyline. Just so frustrating that they've got to do that instead of just creating their own fucking story.
I know, right? You could even do an Ocean's 11 type of thing,
Yeah,
you know, but
and just
put your own
create,
fucking
name it
yeah,
something different.
put it in a different universe, or yeah, it's a different kind of thing, or you know, they're not thieves, they're, you know, hackers or what, you know, whatever, dude. Go fucking nuts. But yeah, no.
But definitely don't name it the exact same fucking thing as what the previous one is, because it's always going to be compared back to that.
I like Divergent 2, Rajik. I thought that was not a bad.
Yeah, Divergent is a really
not a
good
bad
series.
trilogy. Yeah, it was. I mean, I have
Now
I have some complaints about it, but yeah, as far as just like, you know, a 3-part type action-y series, that was not bad at all. My
complaint was how they in that last movie, it really ended on a like the previous ones were kind of actiony, and then the last one was kind of like boring in comparison to
it was,
and it was really
very
like, that was the build up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really the build up and everything, and you're like going, I can't wait to have the, you know, because you already have a kind of a predetermined how things are going to go, and then you get there and it's like, is it like it's just not the same. And they said they had one more movie planned for that, and it probably would have been the one we wanted, but they were going to bring it to TV, and the actors in the movie said, no, we're not doing a TV show. We signed up for a movie, not a TV, because apparently, you know, you don't make as much money. And I can understand I can understand the complaints about that, but they were going to go for a made for TV movie. I'm like going, no, you can't do a movie series and then turn the last one into a made for TV movie. I mean, I don't think we'll ever get the actual true ending that we all wanted from that.
I mean, depends. I think they could do like a Netflix type of release, maybe.
For what?
A 4th Divergent movie.
Oh.
They were supposed to do.
Well, a police sergeant shot his son for drinking his vodka.
Shit.
Damn.
Guess he told him to stay at that fucking liquor cabinet.
I am so disappointed in Twitter sometimes, like with the top trending
Yeah.
hashtags. Like, this is a top trend, by the way. Not just if snowmen could talk, but describe the internet in 4 words. Are you kidding me?
Oh, Jesus.
That's what's on people's minds. Like, this is
Can't be done,
sad.
dumbass.
It's just, yeah. I don't know. Twitter is really, like, I think, the worst of humanity. Oh, and you know, whenever Hillary's health was like questionable during the election, and
Yeah.
CNN and everybody,
putting it, Rambo.
yeah, CNN and everybody kept doing everything they could to make sure that nobody talked about it or like played it off as no big deal.
Not a big deal. Yep.
CNN did a story, an actual fucking segment, brought in a doctor and everything, to wonder if we should worry about Trump's health because he drinks 12 Diet Cokes a day.
Man.
And I'm like going, this is what's fucking important in our life, that we have to worry about like what the president drinks. Like,
Well, yeah, there's no outrage. He hasn't tweeted anything outrageous lately, so, you know. This is when
Dude.
we get he eats, what was it? First it was he did the wall thing, but then after that they complained about like how many scoops of ice cream he got.
yeah, he got 2 instead
And
of everybody
then-
else got
yeah.
1.
And then after that I think it was like how he was eating KFC on his plane or something.
Yeah, a Big Mac with a fork and knife.
Yeah. So there's nothing outrageous to talk about, so they gotta do their own little thing about, oh my God, look at Trump.
I was just waiting for whenever they tweet or whenever they tweet out the picture of that thing. I was just waiting for people to go. They like tweeting a Diet Coke, going, "You allow the president to drink your products?"
Well, I mean, dude, 12 isn't even that bad. I drink a lot of
No.
soda, and if I'm up long enough, and like depending on like the level of pain I'm in, I'll drink more than 12 sometimes. I mean,
Yeah, whenever I used to go to work, instead of like I started out bringing like a 20 ounce, and then I was buying a pop at work. So I'd come in with like 3 2-liters and I'd just drink the damn 2-liters, and I'd go through 3 2-liters before I'd ever left work.
See,
in
and
high school, bro, I
one
used to keep
2-liter
12
is a
packs in my
6-pack.
hatch.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It just seems kind of like a non-issue to be worried about. What's it called?
How many?
Somebody,
sodas
yeah, how many
from
sodas
drinking
somebody's
a day?
fucking drinking. Oh, and did you know Facebook made some changes?
Did
Yeah,
they?
yeah, something about a suspend button or something like that.
Yeah, you can mute or I forgot what other word they called it, but if somebody, like, if you still want to stay friends but you don't want them to know, and like maybe they just post too much shit, that you can actually mute or suspend them to where, like, up to 30 days, so that way you don't see any posts on your timeline from that person.
I got to do that to my grandma. I'm gonna figure out how to do that.
Yeah, my wife was like, I can.
Oh, you
when
have
she
your
heard it on the
family on
news,
your
she's like,
Facebook? You fool.
she was like, I can finally mute her sister-in-law. She's like, I can finally mute her. Like, God, thank you, because I swear my wife's phone. I don't know. I guess I'm not friends with her, but she goes to like some I guess page that's not really like a person, but it's like a funny meme or pictures or whatever. And she'll, like, my wife's notifications will be like this constant blue, where she just went through. It looked like she liked every fucking post for the last 24 years from this page. I mean, like, and it always says so and so liked this post from this. So and so liked this post from this, and I'm like, I don't know how the hell you haven't unfriended her, because I would have just like blocked her by now. I've actually like contemplated blocking my own fucking kids, because my son and my daughter will my daughter will go on a Harry Potter fan page and like every fucking post about Harry Potter, and my son will go and like everything about a car or something, and I'm like, I just want to turn this shit off. Just like, I just want to block them and move on, because
I think there's an option about getting notifications of what your friends do.
well, there is, but the thing is, though, is that when you go back, I mean, you just don't get the little red mark that says you have one. But when you go into your notifications, it's still there. Like, it's still blue, and to clear I have OCD, so I can't leave some of them blue. And so to clear them all on phone, you have to actually click on every fucking one of them and back out, click on them, back out, click on them, back out. Now on PC, you can just simply hit mark all as red. They just need that damn button on a damn phone, so that way you don't have to sit there and go through every damn post. And they used to make it, if you clicked on your notifications and it was like a like, then if you just sat there for a second, all the ones that said like would just kind of go white, like where they just don't show up as a new unread notification. They don't do that anymore.
The Razer Diva headset is officially out.
Is it?
Yeah. So somebody's got a link to the Razer.
Did you guys see what they're hyping up on the Switch now?
Uh-uh.
Enter the Gungeon.
Oh man.
Game's already
Enter
come
the
out
Gungeon?
Yeah, it's a little dungeon crawler, like shoot 'em up thing.
Yeah, but I mean, that
kinda.
thing's been out for a while.
A while, yeah.
They're like, oh, we get it on the Switch. Well, congratulations. I don't know what to tell you. Hopefully it's not a slideshow.
You see, and hopefully it doesn't look like Roblox, but
It's pixely, isn't it?
Yeah, it's already a pixely game, but that doesn't mean anything. Nintendo can still turn it into a slideshow.
Yeah, they can. Yeah, fair enough.
Now, did y'all see the current deal that I posted in our chat about the Xbox One X?
Yeah, but that the UK is getting it for $449.
Yeah, 469 pounds, which turns into $626 our thing, which is still a damn good deal for what you get, because you're getting the Xbox One X, Evil Within 2, Wolfenstein 2, PUBG, Forza 7, Call of Duty World War II for basically what I say, $626. That's $126 for all those fucking games.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
And it seems like, and plus, I mean, now, like every console bought between now and the end of the year, you get a free copy of PUBG. And so it's almost best, like, for people that don't, what's it called, buy into a brand new console, because it hasn't even been out a month, and well, it's been out, I guess, a month, and they're already like bundling in a game with it, and all the early adopters like myself and stuff never got anything besides just a $500 fucking console.
It is Christmas.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still when you launch that close to Christmas, it seems like that you could have.
Yeah,
that should have been a first of the year kind of thing, if anything.
Yeah, I mean something, but not make it to like within a month of everybody like chiming in to buy it, and right after Black Friday, and then all of a sudden you bundle in a free game.
You should tweet their support and be like, hey, you know, I bought mine.
Their support is their Twitter support thing is just like they never help me. A fucking DM that says, how has our service been this month? And I'm like, do you really want to fucking know? Like,
oh man, they help me. Shit, they follow me on Twitter.
I've never got any thing. And them and PlayStation support. PlayStation support's in there, and then they go, "Are you in America?" And I'm like, "Yeah." Well, you got to call. I'm like, why don't you put PlayStation support UK on your fucking handle so that way everybody knows that you don't handle America? Because fucking worthless.
Well, guys, I have to go pick up my wife from work. I probably won't be back for like 30 minutes, maybe 35 minutes. Did you guys want me to end it?
You can do whatever. It doesn't bother me.
I don't
All
really
right.
care.
Well, I'll just go ahead and end it, and when I get back, I'll jump back on, and if you guys want to keep going, we'll relaunch it.
I mean, whenever you come back on, we'll just talk in Discord or rather than relaunch it, and because by the time you come back and everything like that, most of the people either gone to bed or moved on to everything else. So we'll just, I guess, call it a day. I guess.
All right, guys. Well,
Fair enough.
I don't have a snarky ass comment, so thanks for watching, and go play PUBG on the Xbox One.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
Or Roblox.